Did you forget to set your alarm clock? Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are tonight's entertainment.
Okay. All right. What's up? Okay, I know. Look. I went and got something to eat, okay? I needed a little bit. I needed just a snack on something. All right. So sorry. So weird. It says it starts at 8:30, but it's 8:40.
No, she messaged me. He's like, I'll be there in a bit. I'm like, okay. Link? Link?
I should have given Mara the link because she has like access to my StreamYards and everything. She could have just started on time. I would have been like,
I could.
She could have totally just started.
So I found that video. You gotta watch this, chat. This is like our friendship in a nutshell.
Show me the video. Show me the video. What's up, guys? Thank you for hanging out. Hello. Yes, I know, Trey. We were very late. It wasn't 3 hours later, Metalong. You want me to share it now?
Yeah, I was then just like, and I like started because it starts on mute.
Restaurant on 12th. It looks so good.
We just went there.
No, we didn't. When did we go there?
Yes, we did. We went like a month ago.
We did?
Yes. You
yeah,
got
which is
the salmon and the potatoes, and it came with cheese, so you had to pull off the cheese.
I did?
Yes, you wore that black dress from Revolve with the gold zippers, the brown boots.
What's that ringing a bell?
Okay, our waiter looked like the guy from Selling Sunset. The table next to us at the service chihuahua.
Oh my god, you're right.
Hold on one second. What are you looking for?
My AirPods.
They're in your bra.
Why would they be in my bra?
Because you said you wanted to put them somewhere specific so that you would remember.
Okay, well now you're just making stuff up. Oh my god, you're right!
Wait, are you going to the birthday party, by the way?
Who's Joey?
He's Samantha's neighbor. Real estate guy.
Who?
All Italian. Got married at 24 and then got out and old.
And I know him? I met him?
Yes, we hung out with him on Memorial Day at the pool. Remember? His Instagram is just pictures of cars. He's the guy who started the conga line at Cam's wedding.
Oh my god, you're right! Oh, I love him! That's my guy! I love that guy! His name's Joey? I'm just gonna fill it up now.
All right.
In the wallet? Thank you.
Remember?
Okay, you know what?
Hi.
Tired.
No, it's not.
I'm just like, that's like basically, guess which one of us is which.
Look, I might have to ask Mara what time we start streaming every single Sunday, but at least we're here, okay? The streams happen, all right? At least the streams happen. And yes, Mara, you upset Disbrew with the squirrel slander.
I didn't make the video. I'm just saying, guess which one is which. I didn't say it was like I didn't title it. I just found it, and I was like, this is our relationship in a nutshell. Especially every freaking Sunday.
Every Sunday, I do. I know, and I got it wrong today. I still got it wrong. Mara sends me, tells me every week, 8:30. It's at 8:30, and I still get it wrong. I still get it wrong.
I even in my last message reminded her it's 7:30 p.m. her time. She's
I know, she said both. See, that's what happened. Okay, you sent me 2 times. That's what happened. You should have just sent me one. Just send me a single time.
Okay, and she was saying, okay, I'll remember in the future. That it's like 2 times confuses you.
You confused me with 2 separate times. Here's the thing, though. Look, tattoo it on your arm or something. I might as well.
It's not Mara's fault. Yes, it's rude. Now it's my fault. I confused her.
Look, my computer is still on Eastern time. I am currently on Central time. So it should have just been so easy, but sometimes I'm like, okay, she said 7:30. So I'll end up like today, I will set it to 7:30. What I'm thinking is Central time, but since my computer is on Eastern, it was wrong. So I did it wrong. And I was even like, when I was,
Martha, but I do cut grass, so I actually do cut grass.
Oh my gosh. I feel so foolish because even like when I was setting it up, right? I'm setting it up like Mara's gonna be so proud of me. Look at that. I'm setting up the stream like 4 hours in advance. Here we go. Usually I set it up like an hour in advance. I was so proud of myself. I was gonna text Mara and be like, the stream is set up, girl, but I didn't. I should have because then she would have noticed it and caught it.
Yes. But I
really
didn't.
do. I feel so foolish because I was so proud of myself. I'm like, look at that, setting up the stream hours in advance. Let's go, and I got it wrong.
And she's playing the game, so I'm like, Steph, freak the shit. Because she initially said for 7:30 my time. My time was like, Steph.
You should have just called me. Why didn't you call me? I look at my phone.
Because you were streaming. I actually should have called you, and you should put me on speakerphone so I could like bitch. Like it's 8:30 p.m. Eastern.
She would have said it just like that too.
I would.
Bitch, change the stream time. That's how me and Mara speak to each other.
Yes. Actually, we send she sends me like a real like you're gay, and I send her back like you're gay too.
I do. The person that sent this to you wants you to know you are gay.
You're gay.
You're gay.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Mine and Mara's relationship is one for the books. For the books. It's based on mutual respect.
And the fact that we one of us knows that if the other one's in trouble, the other one will be sitting right next to her in the jail cell.
I would totally be sitting next to Mara in the jail cell.
Disbrew
would run away.
Disbrew
as we found out today in the game.
Yeah, he
be like, see you
YOLOs
later.
the fuck out of there. As soon as he can run, he runs. Like if you don't keep
let's
up,
go, Mara.
that's on
I'm
you.
fighting with you. He said mutual.
Yes, pretty much. Yes. And it's and then you're playing the game that I sent you a reel of, where that guy it's like, can I step on this one? Nope.
I know. Yeah. What is that game called again?
You were playing it today, Escape the Back Rooms or something like that. It was that's what the comments said. That's what said the game was. So I guess it's different
That
rooms.
wasn't the game today.
What? Were you playing Escape the Back Rooms?
We were playing Back Rooms Escape Together. There's two different ones.
Okay, the Escape the Back Rooms is the one I sent you.
Ah.
Is the real I sent you. I think that's one's for $10 or something like that. And that's what the comments said. And
I
it's
play that one.
Yeah, can I step on this one? Nope. Can I step on this one? Nope.
Yeah, I was dying watching that. That looked so funny.
And then you're like, I gave her another idea for a game to play.
Yeah, the other one too. I think I actually do. I have that one downloaded already. I don't think I do. But you know what game I have been loving? Squirrel with a Gun. I beat Father. I beat Father with Squirrel with a Gun. That was so much fun. That one is so much fun. I love that game. So now, when you first start it, there's this barrier, and you can only go to so many houses. You can only go so far in this barrier. So now that barrier's gone. So I have more to explore in my little squirrel car, which is awesome. So love it. Alberta on Retro for 5. Hello. You two really need to read the article I keep bugging you about. Joking with the Schlapperazzi. The first quote will have you hooked. Oh, okay. Hold on. Joking with the Schlapperazzi. All right. Look, we don't have a lot to talk about because there's really only one big thing that has happened today, and that was the whole monetization campaign that happened on Twitter. This is so funny. Hold on, let me find Master of the TDS over here because oops, totally did this wrong. Here he is. And I'm gonna pull up one more thing. Where's Jeremy? Where's D-Day Cobra? I saw this last night and I was like, what the heck? So he was watching I think it was Asmongold last night. And then I ended up watching Asmongold's video. You know what's really funny? Is that it's not funny. It's not funny at all. Hold on. Where is his? Oh, no. Where is his tweet? Did they delete it? They must have deleted it. Oh, they totally deleted it. This post violated. Yeah, it violated X's. Okay. No, it violated X. So he didn't delete it. I think I screenshot it.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. Because I was gonna like make another video, but I don't think I will anymore. I don't know. We'll see. Let me see. I thought I screenshot it. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to pull up Asmongold's video or Jeremy's video. No. You know what? It's on my phone. Yeah, I screenshot it on my phone. There was a screenshot. Someone tweeted out like when I find the CEO of YouTube, and he was like shooting her. You know, they put that out, and Asmongold was reading tweets, and he's like, "Whoa, these are the people that are launching this campaign because." YouTube replied to Rewriting Ripley, and they're like, "Sorry, we're going to keep the videos up. Doesn't violate any terms." So they, their following got like completely unhinged. Mm-hmm. And I was thinking to myself, because I was watching. I can't remember whose video I was watching about it. It might have been Asmongold actually, because I watched his video. But I was thinking to myself, like, this doesn't do them like any favors, right? Everything that's happening right now. Everything that they're saying, because it sounds like, and I also was rewatching the Rewriting Ripley video from my alt account, because everybody has me blocked, all of them, every single one of them has me blocked.
And Molly Damon blocked me. All I said was someone has her panties in a twist, basically. That's all I said, and she blocked me. And Rewriting Ripley also blocked me.
Yeah. So. I've been blocked from Rewriting Ripley for like 3 years since they launched the initial, campaign to try and get them deplatformed. I've been blocked from them since then. I've been blocked from the other one, Star Wars Explained. I don't even know how longer than that actually with Star Wars Explained, but I've been blocked by them for a while. Yeah. But I rewatched their video, right? Their whole propaganda video, and then I believe it was like last night that I was watching Asmongold's video, and I kept thinking to myself, like, their whole thing is that they think that like Jeremy, Ryan, and Gary, right? They're sending all of their followers to throw all this hate at Amandla Stenberg, right? Like they're the reason that she's receiving so much hate. And what's funny about that is like this whole campaign that they launched, it's not making Amandla Stenberg look good, because they're basing their campaign on her reply and her reaction to the Acolyte being canceled, right? Because she was just like, it's not a big shock for me. We have received a lot of vitriol, so much vitriol and hate, vitriol and hate, and she kept saying all of that. Yeah. So they are assuming, oh my gosh, it's coming from these people over here. They hate those channels. They hate them. They really do. They hate them. And so they were like, you know what? She's receiving all of this vitriol. Let's launch this demonetization campaign because they sent all this hate. It's just like, to me, the way it sounds is they were inspired by Amandla. They were inspired by Amandla to take down these people. So I'm just looking at it like, okay, so this is all based on Amandla's response to the Acolyte being canceled. So it makes it seem like they're doing something about it, right? So it's not,
we're the violent ones, basically.
So it's not making Amandla look good. It's not helping her case, because it's making it seem like, oh my gosh, these are Amandla's fans and they're doing this in response to her video. They're not doing her any favors. They're not making her look good. They're not making Star Wars look good. They're not making Lucasfilm look good. They're not making themselves look good. Especially since they launched it, they're encouraging their followers. They're just like, oh my gosh, everybody is, overreacting. Oh, look at all these people in the replies. I wonder what, oh, it's a dog whistle. Keep
See,
going.
They
keep
don't
going.
say that they're
keep
hurting.
Going.
They don't
Keep
say that they're
reporting.
hurting
They're
because that's
even
how
showing.
unhinged they are. That's not how
Yeah,
unhinged
they're
they
even
are.
showing them like, oh, this is how you report their videos. This is how you report them. Keep reporting. Keep reporting. It's not making Amanda look good. They're not doing her any favors by doing this, because it's making it seem like she inspired them to launch this demonetization campaign. So it doesn't make her look good either. It's not making them look good. It's not making her look good. It's not making like their whole cause, right? Because they're like, oh my gosh, Star Wars is so toxic. These are the toxic ones. This makes them look incredibly toxic, especially since they didn't get their way. They didn't just take the L and move on. No, now they want to like go after YouTube advertisers. Now they're really angry. So they're putting out all of these terrible tweets saying like, oh, we want to, you know, end the CEO over at YouTube. Like, it's not making them look good at all. I don't know what they were thinking. If they thought like, oh, we're going to stick it to them, right? They're finally going to get their comeuppance. Maybe even like I wonder if they're thinking like, even if it doesn't work, maybe it'll scare them and they'll stop talking bad about Star Wars. Like, they obviously have no idea.
They don't live in this reality.
They don't. They don't live in reality at all. Like it's so freaking crazy that like they really think that they're doing something here. They really think that they're doing something good when they're not. Like, it does not make Amanda look good, because they're using her and the things that she's saying to launch this. Like, are you kidding? Are you kidding? Do you think that this makes her look good? It doesn't make her look good. If anything, it makes it look like, oh my gosh, we're inspired by her. Let's launch this campaign in her honor. Like, it does not make her look good. They need to just stop. They need to just stop. Where's Master the TDS? Where are his tweets? Did you watch Beetlejuice, Mara?
Special copy, yes.
Okay, we need to talk about Beetlejuice. We need to talk about Beetlejuice. Because I have a lot to say. I have a lot to say about Beetlejuice. I need to. And then and then this whole shit. Look at this. Hold on. Come on, pull it up. Pull it up. Pull it up. Having trouble connecting. Am I gonna? Come on, internet. Am I still connected to you, Mara?
Yeah, we're still streaming. It's just whatever you're trying to load is not wanting to.
It's not wanting to load.
I'm just listening. I'm not asleep. I'm just listening. So it's buffering.
Is it there?
I'm awake.
All right. Here it is. This is just a random Alex and Molly appreciation tweet. A giant shout out to these two fans for all the great energy, knowledge, spirit, insight, and just general fun they bring to this galaxy. And the one far, far away, keeping you and doing what you do. They're so happy, right? They're so happy. If you've ever watched their videos, I'm sorry, they're not entertaining. They're so incredibly bland. There's no energy. None. No, and they're like, well, we just came back and these are the highlights. They're just talking to each other.
Yeah.
Like it's so bland. It's so boring. It's no wonder that like they don't get a lot of views on their channel.
And I think like because at one point I was subbed to Star Wars Explained because he was putting out like actual videos, like of like Star Wars lore.
On the Star Wars lore, on the Star Wars lore, I can see how they like grew their channel.
Yeah,
because they did, or at least he did. They used to put out like really good Star Wars lore videos, but
and it's just like I don't know what I don't know what happened. It's just like, and then like. I know, like I noticed that he started losing subs as a result. So, especially when he brought his wife on. Well, Alex is the one that wears the Slave Leia outfits.
Yeah. Didn't he wear it again?
I don't know if he wore it again.
I think he put it on again. I think I saw who did I see? Knights of Melvin, I think, like tweeted out that he put it on again or something. But look at these tweets. It's so unhinged. People wishing, ends on people over the cancellation of the Acolyte. These are the people that like got really excited about this campaign, right? I'm so sick of Star Wars fans. You all will end and go to hell Acolyte canceled because of racist fucking misogynistic jerks, and I'm gonna end all the men on this planet. What the fuck?
Yes, and end human civilization as we know it, pretty much.
I'm sorry. Like it's so funny that they're like lumping everybody together, right? I watched The Acolyte. I didn't like The Acolyte, and I tweeted about how much I hated the motherfucking Acolyte. I could not stand that show. But you know what? I wish I had done videos on the show because those videos did really well. Nobody liked it. What's so funny is that whenever I put out a video, or not a video, a tweet about The Acolyte, it would just like go into this random algorithm and take off. It would completely take off almost every tweet. But what was funny are like seeing the replies to it, because at some point the tweet would just take off, and then I'm like, oh crap, it's gonna reach like the weirdo audience, right? These tweets like hardly ever did, because most of the replies were from people saying like, I haven't tuned into Star Wars since The Last Jedi, or I haven't watched Star Wars since The Force Awakens. Is this what it is now? I haven't watched Star Wars since like Mandalorian season 1, or I tuned out after Book of Boba Fett. Is this what Star Wars is now? This is Star Wars. Thank God I just stopped supporting and stopped watching Star Wars. It reached like that algorithm of people that like used to watch Star Wars, but no longer watch. They stopped at some point. At some point they thought to themselves, okay, yeah, it kind of sucks. I don't want to watch it anymore. Right. Some people said The Last Jedi. Some people said even like The Force Awakens. A lot of people said Mandalorian. A lot of people said Book of Boba Fett. Right. Like they haven't watched it since Book of Boba Fett. And like all of those people are like, thank goodness I stopped watching Star Wars. Thank goodness. Like I stopped watching after this. There were a lot of tweets like that. And I was just like, huh, like it got the occasional stan, right? Acolyte stan or Manny Jacinto stan. They got the occasional stan, but for the most part, a lot of people were like, holy crap, this is Star Wars now? This sucks. This can't be Star Wars. That's not how lightsabers work. It got into like that side of Twitter, the people that like used to support and just don't watch it anymore for whatever reason.
I haven't watched it since The Last Jedi. Like I said, I'm not supporting it, and I've stuck with it. I haven't watched anything since then. Not even out of morbid curiosity.
I can't even remember what The Rise of Skywalker was about, honestly.
It was about Palpatine winning. That's pretty much it. That's all you have to know. Palpatine wins because she's a Palpatine all along. That's all you have to remember.
Yeah, I don't even remember what it was about.
Yeah, so basically, it basically shits on and retcons the original trilogy because now of Palpatine wins. Look at this one, Star Wars. Fun fact, I'll end you if you don't retract the news about the Acolyte. You gave it 1 fucking month. It's like these people don't understand how shows work. But you know, it's funny because I had pulled like all of those TikToks from people because I was like, you know what? I want to see how people are reacting on TikTok. Okay. Like I love seeing people react to stuff on TikTok. TikTok is just completely unhinged. I'm sorry, but it is for the mentally ill. Mm-hmm. So that's when I went over there and I found all of those TikToks that I just, bundled together, put together in one video or one like little Twitter post. But what was funny is that they were upset. They were already upset because all of these people watched like the same show. They watched The Acolyte and they watched another show. Holy crap. It was like on the tip of my tongue. And then I started talking and I can't remember what it's called.
Was it another Disney show?
No, it wasn't a Disney show. Hang on. I'll find it.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Why can't I remember what it was called? It's going to eat at me because I can't remember what it's called. Hang on. I'm pretty sure I have it saved. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you, Chica? I know I have you here.
What brings the power? Shills and stands and all that crap.
It was the girl that was like, they hit the second tower. First it was this show and now it's this show. It's some other show that they were both watching. That everybody was watching. I can't remember what it was called.
When she said they hit the second tower, is she fucking equating the cancellation of 2 shows to the twin fucking towers on September 11th?
Yeah. Yeah, she was. Because the first show was like, was it Jane something? I can't remember what it was called. But they were all upset because
I think I know what show you're talking about. I never watched it, but I know I've seen that at like a title with Jane in it.
like advertised it was canceled because like I follow an account on Instagram called Puberty, and they'll have like basically questions like which show would you want to come back if you could have one come back, and one had Jane in the fucking title. I can't remember what it's called.
It was like Jane something. I can't remember what it was called, but they were all
Lady
watching
Jane,
that show.
something like that. Lady Jane. It was like
Maybe it was Lady Jane. I don't know. I can't remember for sure. But like that show, that announcement came out, right? And then like a few days later, The Acolyte was canceled. And so almost every single one of them was talking about, first we lost this show, and now The Acolyte, we've lost both of them. My Lady Jane, was it My Lady Jane? I think it was My Lady Jane.
Something like that, yeah. Something like that.
Yeah, so like when that girl was talking about how like they've hit the second tower was The Acolyte. Yeah, the first one was that one. So she's like, first we lost this show, and now we lost. They were all of them, almost all of them were complaining about that show being canceled, and The Acolyte was canceled, and they were like, oh my God, that they went fucking ballistic. They went fucking ballistic because their two shows that they liked were canceled. And it's so funny that they have like the same taste, right? They all have the same taste in all of these terrible shows that are just being freaking canceled. I have no idea what that show is. I have absolutely no idea what that show is. But they were all like screeching because it got canceled.
Trailer for it, and I couldn't tell you. Part of me thinks it's like alluding to Jane Austen, but basically like girl power type of Jane Austen. But even then, I could be completely wrong. I can't remember. I honestly couldn't remember. I know I watched a trailer and I'm like, this looks like shit.
Where were you when The Acolyte got canceled? I know, a day that will live in infamy, right? Where were you when it got canceled? When I saw that, when she was just like, they've hit the second tower, I was like, are you fucking kidding me right now?
Yeah, that's my reaction.
Are you kidding me right now? Get the hell out of here with that bullshit. But yeah, the first tower was that Jane show. The second one was The Acolyte. Like it is equivalent to like
one of the worst tragedies in America.
What the fuck?
Like in recent years, and you're equating canceling two shit shows to one of the worst tragedies to happen on American soil.
Yes, that's exactly what they're doing. But look, these are, and they're all the same people that went after Star Wars Theory, right? All the same people that are throwing out this petition that was this this was their 9/11. That's exactly what this was. It was their 9/11. All the people that supported this whole movement of canceling Ryan, Jeremy, and Gary, right? They were all going after Star Wars Theory. What's funny is that Star Wars Theory was actually like excited about The Acolyte. He was interested in it, even knowing that it was going to star like a woman, right? Because he was like reading the synopsis and he's like, oh, it's going to be about a Sith. It might be good. He was excited about it.
Mm-hmm.
He was excited about The Acolyte. He was going to give it a shot.
Yeah, I remember like giving it a shot, and even he was like, "This is like he tried." I guess. But I think that
like between that time and when The Acolyte was coming out, right? Between that time, he started associating with the people that they don't like, right? Between that time when news of The Acolyte was coming out, and he was like, I'm willing to give it a shot. I'm going to give it a try. He was actually excited about it. He's like, that sounds cool. A story about a Sith. That's something we've never had before, like something new in this time period that they were going to set it in. Like, that's something different. That's something new. Mm-hmm. He was going to give it a shot. But like in between that time, he started associating with Mahler. Oh no, not Mahler. Not Mahler. And then Ryan, good God, do not associate with Ryan. No, not Ryan. Right. So then they're just like, Star Wars Theory sucks. He's going on their side.
Do these people
He's going on their side?
Do these people check under their bed every night for Gary? Like, do these people check under their beds every night for like Nerdrotic, Jeremy, Ryan, Star Wars? Do they like treat them like the boogeyman and make sure they're not in their closet or under their bed or anything?
I don't know. Honestly, I think that these people just like, take their meds and to help them fall asleep. But yeah, in between that time, they started like associating Star Wars Theory with them. It's their whole fucking mindset, right? Oh my gosh, you associate with them, you must be with them. You must be on their side. So I'm going to turn my back on you, which is so stupid because they don't want another opinion. They don't want discourse, right? They don't want to have conversations. I love the fact that like everybody can have, different theories and talk about a show, and if you like something, you talk about why you like it. If you don't like it, you talk about why you don't like it, and you can have a discussion. Me and Mara argue all the time on movies that she likes and movies that I don't like, or movies that I like and
Or
movies
vice
that she doesn't
versa.
like.
We
Yeah, or
nearly
vice versa. Like, we argue all the fucking
We
time.
nearly had a Mortal Kombat fight over Mortal Kombat 2020.
We did. We were going back and we were yelling at each other. And then, right? And then when the arguing is over, we're still friends.
Yeah.
We're still friends. How about that? You can have a different opinion about something and you can still remain civil and friendly, but these people can't. It has to be their way or the highway. That's it. Right?
Yeah.
They that's it.
They're all
Their
about
way or the highway. They
inclusivity
don't
and
want to
if you have
have
a
a
different opinion.
conversation. They just want to talk about how nice and smooth and bumpy Manny Jacinto's abs are, and they just want to thirst over it. And it's so stupid. And you know what? I'm sorry, but like I get that. Like, I think Manny Jacinto was at a panel at Dragon Con, and they asked him, like, what do you want to do in the future or something like that, and he's like, The Acolyte season 2. And everybody just completely like, yay! I'm getting the hiccups. Hold on.
She gets upset, she gets hiccups.
I'm getting the hiccups. I can feel them here. I can feel them here. Look, I get it. He's trying to like work the room and get an applause and stuff, but if they're doing what Amanda says they're doing, right? They're pouring over, fan art and ship tweets, which is so fucking weird. Whatever. If they're doing that, then if they're really doing that, if they're really looking at reactions and seeing how their fan base is reacting and how upset they're getting, why would you do that? Why would you say that? Why would you? And especially if you kind of like know that it's never going to happen, don't give people false hope, right? Don't do that, because your fan base is a bunch of crazy people. Don't give them false hope.
No.
But that's what he did. Like, he just, when he did that, he gave them false hope. Like, oh my gosh, maybe it'll happen. Yay. Renew the Acolyte. Keep sharing the petition. That petition I don't even think it's reached 100,000 signatures yet. Like, that's how few people are watching that show and are supporting that show. It
was like at 70-some thousand. But it's been out for a while. Meanwhile, the joke petition that Yellow Flash put out, which had like less need for signatures, like just hit it like that. Pretty much, like, don't renew the Acolytes.
He said it was his life goal. Just don't do that. You're giving people false hope.
Yeah.
All right. Can you imagine if one of the actors from Willow came out and said, like, I really want Willow to get renewed? Disparu would get so happy. Don't give the man false hope. But look, here's what I wanted to do. Star Wars Theory put out a video about Star Wars Explained, and I wanted to watch that with you, Mara.
All
right. That's what I want to do. I want to watch that, because if you've been looking at like Star Wars Theory's Twitter, he's been sort of like putting out a bunch of cryptic tweets. Hold on, let me share this. Like, for a couple of days now, he's been putting out some pretty, like, he's been sharing Master of TDS screenshots. He's like, I'm cooking. I set a plot to destroy the Jedi. Put this out. And then today he put this out, and here we go. Fucking Joker, let's go. And he put this out. He put out a video. Star Wars Explained tries to demonetize Star Wars Theory. My response: there's so much more I have to say about all these people. I've held my tongue for 8 years, and believe me when I say this is just scratching the surface. When you try to constantly berate me, lie, slander me, and now push YouTube to take away my livelihood, I will not sit pretty and take it. I'm very I haven't watched it yet. I actually found this out because like my stream ended and Discord was like, "Oh, Star Wars Theory just put this out," and he let me know. I was like, "Oh shoot!" So I wanted to watch it because like I can't remember what stream he jumped in on. Oh my gosh, I think it was Jeremy's stream. It was Jeremy's stream because it was like Drunk Cobra Theory because it was Jeremy's stream and then Jay came on and then Star Wars Theory came on. And that's when people started getting upset too because Star Wars Theory started doing Drunk Cobra Theory. So he started streaming with Jeremy and Jay. And oh my God, how dare you fucking stream with D-Day Cobra? We fucking hate D-Day Cobra, right?
Mhm.
65,000 signatures. I was arguing with someone online about Acolyte viewers. He said there's 15 million viewers. So even the people who watched it don't want it renewed. Those numbers are wrong. But yeah, like, so he came on the stream and he's like, listen, there's a lot that I have to say. They don't care. They don't care. He was talking about how they are obsessed with numbers, with views, with money. Like that's it. They are completely obsessed with views and money. And that's probably why they launched this whole thing, because they're not getting the views. So I'm very interested to watch this. Do you want to watch this first and then talk about Beetlejuice, or do you want to talk about Beetlejuice and then watch this?
So, well, since I don't know, how long is the video? Because we're gonna be like EFAPing
It's
it.
long.
Okay, so we might want to talk about Beetlejuice first, real fast, just to give our impressions, and then watch a video, because then we might not be able to get to.
Okay, I'm gonna play this at 1.5 speed though, because it is pretty long. Did you like it? Did you like Beetlejuice? It
was like meh. Like there were like parts where I wanted to like it because aesthetically I love the look Tim Burton puts to things. Like that's like what he like really has going for his style when like in terms of like production quality in his films. But I was like, okay, it's called Beetlejuice, but Beetlejuice hardly has a part to play in it. The main
he wasn't
until
he
the
wasn't
end.
in the first movie a lot either,
I know,
though.
but it still felt like but like in this case, like you're expecting, well, now that proverbial cat is out of the bag, we know about Beetlejuice, you think maybe he'd have a little bit more presence in the movie. So now that we know about that world and everything, this is more like Lydia's a mess. I'm like, well, you're kind of. So you were not, I wouldn't exactly say well adjusted in the first movie, but you weren't exactly a mess. Like you would like come to terms with your abilities, and now she's like back to square one in this movie, where it's like she needs pills to get through her day. Yeah,
Lydia was a total mess, right? I know that in the first one she's a teenager, she's still in high school, but I feel like Lydia is very like, she knows who she is. She's very grounded, right? Like she is her own character. She's very like, what's the word I'm looking for? Comfortable with who she is. You know what I mean?
Like basically by the end of the first movie, she's basically accepted like the ability that she has, and she's almost like basically like well adjusted for a teenager. So you think like she's come to terms with, okay, I can see dead people. Like, it's like,
it's interesting because like the reason she was able to see them is because she was reading the book, and she said that like a lot of people don't care about strange and unusual, and she is strange and unusual, and that's why she's able to see them when other people can't. In this one, look, I really, really, really wanted to like it. I really wanted to like it. And I was trying to like just explain away all the things that I didn't like about it, but I couldn't because I was like, no, because now I'm just like turning it into a movie that didn't actually happen, right? I'm making up my own theories in my head, trying to explain things away when that's not how it works. This is the movie I was given. I have to judge it on how it was. And I didn't like it very much. I thought it was awful. The only things that I liked about it were Beetlejuice, right? I think Michael Keaton and Catherine O'Hara really carried the movie. And I liked the relationship that Delia and Lydia had, because in the first one, it was like this mother-daughter relationship, and she doesn't really respect her. It's her stepmom. Yeah. In this one, you can tell like they've had a whole life together. And I like that Delia teases her and calls it karma with the way that I don't even know the daughter's name anymore. What's her name?
I literally
Astrid.
just
Is it
watched.
Astrid?
I guess so. I literally just
don't
watched
know.
it. I can't even remember.
Yeah. I thought that was there was a lot that could just be taken out. Just take it out. Like Beetlejuice is his ex-wife coming
Well, that's
back.
why I thought that was
I
gonna be
thought
like
that
that
felt
should
like
have
a
been the
totally
focus. Well,
that felt like a totally different movie.
I know that
With
should have been the
that
focus.
part
Like,
and then
movie-
then Willem Dafoe, the cop, like that
Yeah.
felt like a totally separate movie. It felt like they didn't have enough runtime with the movie that they shot, so they needed to add something in, and they put his ex-wife and the cop in there because that felt like a totally different movie.
I wanted to see that movie. I wanted like Beetlejuice to be like, trying to avoid his ex in ways that only Beetlejuice can. I didn't want to see messed up Lydia with a guy who's obviously feminine, but like only
you know
after
what
her
I
mind.
think? I think that
I don't want to see that.
I think that the movie should have ended with Lydia marrying Beetlejuice. And then in the third movie, we can get Beetlejuice's ex-wife coming back. Like that would have made sense. And with Beetlejuice marrying Lydia, that's something that we didn't get to see, right? Because in the first movie, he was eaten by the sand snake. And in this one, he was like popped.
Yeah, he popped like a
or
balloon.
something. He was like a popped balloon.
Yeah.
But it would have been interesting if it like ended on a cliffhanger, so that now like the first movie was Beetlejuice, second movie Beetlejuice, third movie Beetlejuice. Because Lydia doesn't really even get any closure. Like, what even is her story? The movie doesn't even really end. It doesn't even end. There's no ending to the movie. She doesn't get any closure because her whole trauma is that she almost had to get married to this demon, right? And she hasn't gotten to like come to terms with that or something. The same thing happened here, and it ends with her still not coming to terms with that because she's still having nightmares about it. I feel like they should have gotten married. It would have been something different, something new, something we haven't seen before, and she would have done it because she was trying to save her daughter. But it just all wraps up in like 5 minutes with her daughter reading the Book of the Dead, or I'm sorry, the Book of the Recently Deceased.
Yeah.
Really quickly and finding out, oh my gosh, give me your lipstick. Let's draw this hole in the floor and knock 3 times and we'll get the sand snake out of here. And then, oh my gosh, look, Mom, I found this. I read this so quickly. Like, what do you know? I don't buy it.
Like somehow found that loophole really quickly that nullified the marriage contract. So it's like, oh, that's very convenient. That's why I said it's like I wanted it's like them to pick a plot thread and stick with it. And this movie didn't.
The biggest spoiler of this movie, the thing that happened that I finally just threw up my hands and I was like, okay, I'm done. Like I'm finished. It's when Delia dies.
Yeah, I was like,
what? That came out of nowhere. Why did she have to die? She didn't have to, but they killed her off anyways.
I understand killing off the father character because of what happened to Jeffrey Jones in real life.
Yeah,
like, you're not going to bring him in. But not Delia. Like it doesn't make any sense. But
still, like him even like wandering in the afterlife, wherever they go, in the beyond, wandering around. What purpose was that for? Like why did we follow him? Because he had to lead us to the dry cleaners. Also, why is there a dry cleaner? Everybody's wearing what they died in. Why do they need a dry cleaner in the afterlife?
I don't know.
But whatever. Because he had to take us to the dry cleaner, right? He had to take us to the dry cleaner so we could see the girl stealing the wedding dress. This story was just like, it suffered from and then storytelling, right? When I'm just like thinking of this movie and I'm just like, oh, okay. And then this happened. And then this happened. And then this happened. And then this happened. And then. This movie was terrible. I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. She died. She did die. She died. Of course you laughed.
Yes.
But yeah, she died. She totally died. That's why she went with the cop at the end, because she died.
Yeah, because that's why he took her back with him, basically.
Astrid was literally just Wednesday. See, I actually liked the whole story between like Astrid thinking that her mom is a fraud. And also Lydia's powers are kind of odd as well, because you know what would have made it more interesting? Because like she could see like that girl in the bathroom, right? The ghost in the bathroom with the thing
Yeah.
on her head or something. She could see that, but like it was kind of, I guess, I don't know. That was the only one that we saw until
No, they saw those like circus people coming out, and that was like because then she got freaked out because when
well,
she
no,
when she
those
told her
were
daughter,
actual people though.
those were actual people. Okay,
Yeah, they were in Halloween costumes. She just kept seeing Beetlejuice because
Yeah,
it
that was
showed
it.
that he was like concentrating or something, and you know, he was trying to make her see him.
But I think
But
like
no, she was actually seeing those people. Those people were real. They were
Okay,
just dressed up in Halloween costumes. But like it would have been kind of more I think it would have been more interesting if like she was walking around and she could just like
Like,
see people.
yeah,
Like
like
just, there's just
interacting with them
people
and like
wandering around her, you know?
so it kind of like look. I don't want to say it looks like she's crazy, but she sees them and she's kind of used to it. So she'll say like talk to them as if like they're really there, but to others it looks like she's not talking to anything, which is why her daughter thinks she's a fraud.
Yeah.
Until her daughter experiences it for herself, basically.
I didn't mind a lot. I think I didn't mind like I want to call her Wednesday. I'm just gonna call her Wednesday. I didn't mind Wednesday's storyline where like she rode the bike, hit her head on the tree, and now she can see dead people or something. Whatever. She has the shine now.
Yeah,
She has the gift now. She can.
I would
can
have
see
almost
them
rather
because
like somehow be
she
genetic.
can see them because she hit her head.
Yeah.
The whole story with like the boy that like killed his parents, whatever. I didn't mind that. That's fine. It should have just been that. That's it. Take Beetlejuice's backstory out. Take his wife out. Take the cop out. It should have just been that. You know, the dad dies. They go to the house. Beetlejuice like tries to use her daughter to get her to say his name. It doesn't work. She meets the ghost kid. You know, it should have just been that. Like that's fine. There, you have like one flow through story. And you know, you have the conflict. You have to rescue her and come back. It should have just been that. But this is like multiple different things that were happening. Like you have Delia doing her thing, trying to commune with her husband and dealing with his funeral and everything. You have Lydia with her feminine boyfriend trying to use her.
Yeah.
You have that story. Then you have Wednesday with, you know, the ghost boy. And then you have a story that's taking place all the way over here with Beetlejuice's ex and the cop trying to like solve this murder. And then you have Beetlejuice. And then you have him trying to, you know, get in touch with Lydia and try to, you know, marry her again. Like it's just so much that it didn't do it. It didn't do it for me. I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all.
Plot thread, just pick one plot thread and stick with it because I checked out sometimes because I was like this story is not reeling me in, and it's because there really was no cohesive story to it. So I'm like which character am I supposed to care about? I can't figure it out. I can't figure that out because it's all over the place. The only I'll tell you, the only character I actually felt sorry for was Bob.
Oh, that's right.
It was Bob. It's the only character I fucking felt sorry for.
I know.
The poor Bob.
My theater felt bad for Bob too because he was like when he was hiding under the desk and he was like shaking. My theater was like, "Aw." And then when he and then when he was like in the interrogation room and he was like looking around like, "Oh," my theater was like, "Aw." And then he died and they're like, "Aw." They literally, that's the only character that anybody had any reaction to. But yeah, I found
he was a shrunken
like,
head guy, Trey. He was a shrunken head guy that worked with Beetlejuice.
Yeah. I found myself like looking at my phone during the movie. I was so bored.
I was looking at reels on Instagram.
That's not a good thing. That's not a good thing. Right? You want to like be entertained and watch it. And I'm just kind of like, oh my God, when is this movie going to be over? And I went to the theater. So
but like I said, like he's the only character I felt sorry for because it's like his face is like, oh, he's so sad.
Yeah, I didn't like it. I don't know. No. I didn't like it. If you guys haven't seen it, you want to judge for yourself. Go for it. But I didn't care for it. And it's sad. That's sad
No,
because
just-
I thought that Michael Keaton just like stepped right back into the role and like he never left it. He was great. He was excellent. But
Michael Keaton,
just,
yeah, he was the best part. Like he stepped back into that role.
and Delia,
he became the
Catherine
character
O'Hara.
again. Yeah, he became the character again.
Yeah.
Like that was fine. Like that, that's why I said like I wanted more. Like that's why I said like I wanted more of his character because after the first movie, the cat's out of the proverbial bag because now we know about that world, we know about Beetlejuice. So I want.
And I like that, like you got more of that world too.
Yeah,
you got to see more, right? Because that's something else that I like that you didn't really. We spent most of the time in the real world in the first one, whereas a lot of time was spent in the afterlife in this movie. So I liked that part. That was pretty cool. I was hoping to see more of that, and we did. We got to see more of that in this movie, which was pretty awesome. But the story just sucked. The story was just bad, and it was sad to see like this Lydia being like a pathetic version of herself because she was pathetic. She was so pathetic in this movie. It was terrible. Like even like the heartwarming like reunion that they had with the dad. I was still like, okay, that's convenient. That's convenient. And then the dad was at the ticket counter, and then he helped them. Like it just, and then they said goodbyes. Yeah, I didn't like it. It just didn't hit. Nope. It sucked. All right. Danny DeVito died in like the first 5 minutes. I don't even know why he was in it. Why on earth was he even in the movie? Because it's
just
from
a cameo,
Tim Burton?
pretty much. Just basically just like a cameo for Tim Burton because
for Tim Burton. Like,
yeah,
he
because
did the whole like stuff out of his mouth, kind of like the penguin. But I was like, oh, he's dead.
Yeah, yeah.
Like the first 5 minutes, I'm like, oh, Danny DeVito's in this movie. Okay. Oh, he's down.
Yeah.
Well, he's gone. Not anymore.
I did like Monica Bellucci's look, but at the same time, it's like her. Yeah,
her look was really awesome.
Her story should have been like for the third movie because now that he's married Lydia, his ex is back and she's pissed. Because whatever.
When she started like stapling herself together. I was like, okay, Sally. Okay, I see.
Yeah,
I see that. That nod to Sally. I like that. It's not bad. Okay, Tim Burton. But yeah, it wasn't good. All right, let's watch this video from Star Wars Theory.
All right.
Let's do it. You ready?
Yep.
And I know Alex is behind all this, but he's just such a sackless guy that he just can't do it himself, and he has to have his wife do it for him. People aren't watching your stuff, even with all of the free press and extra stuff that Lucasfilm and Disney give you. I mean, maybe that should tell you something. Maybe people just don't like you, and that's a you problem. Take accountability. Is it about This Week in Clickbait? Is it about Alex not being able to sleep at night and you having to freaking coddle him but he could sleep because another channel was putting out content that was getting more views?
15% off sale is now officially live. Go to
All right, I'm watching the. What an opening! I know. I'm watching this in 1.5 times speed, guys, because it's a rather long video. I don't know if we're gonna make it through the whole video of the stream, but we'll do. Look at his General Grievous back there, dude. That is awesome. Oh, I want that. That is freaking cool. Look, he's smiling. All right.
Guys, welcome to another video. This is one I didn't want to make. I didn't think I would have to make, but at this point, I've kind of had enough. And we're going to go into a lot of detail here with fellow Star Wars YouTubers, Star Wars Explained, a few others, just shitty to me in general. I'm going to tell you guys about my experience, these people who are leading a campaign, an organized hate campaign for years against me. And now I see that they've lumped me in with some of my colleagues and friends online to have our channels demonetized and essentially sending a letter to YouTube to abolish, destroy, end the channels. This was written by Molly Damon. She is the wife.
It's interesting that they lumped him into this group, right? Because for a long time they were supporting him because he was the biggest Star Wars channel on YouTube. But now they're lumping him together with Jeremy Ryan and Gary because now they now consider him, that part. You're on their side. So stupid.
Co-partner of Star Wars Explained, of Alex Damon. I've met Star Wars Explained in person several times. I've met his wife, Molly, several times. Let's get to it, No name calling, no anger, no nothing, just judging things very objectively.
This is where the fun begins.
Enough is enough. The Star Wars fandom demands that YouTube enforce its community guidelines against prolonged insults and incitement of targeted harassment towards women of color by demonetizing YouTube channels Geeks and Gamers, Ryan Kinnell, RK Outpost, and Nerdotic. Many of the comments found in Geeks and Gamers videos can be seen in hateful comments under trans now deleted Instagram posts. Okay, so in court, if this were to go to court, they would have to prove that it was indeed all of Geeks and Gamers posts that motivated a ton of people to throw hate and vitriol, and to get that kind of information is going to be pretty difficult, because it's not like Geeks and Gamers was the only channel that was saying that Rose Tico was a horrible character. There were just a lot of people that just weren't happy when they were like, man, that movie sucked.
Yeah, there were a ton of people that said that. There were a lot of people that said that her character was garbage, and it was just a
one of the things I
character.
said, they had an Asian woman driver hit a black driver.
Oh my god, Farah. Yeah. Kelly Marie Tran, like, you don't blame, none of us do, right? We don't blame the actors for the characters, right? I think that the only reason that a person would go after an actor is if the actor went after the audience. Like that's the only reason that I've ever seen. Now, I'm not going to say there aren't people out there that just go after these actors, because there are. Like, it's the internet. You can say whatever you want to on the internet, right? There are some people that will go out there and just spew hate online. All right, and
they're trolls. They're actual trolls, basically. But they lump us
trolls
in
out
with
there that will do that.
That minute fraction of the entire fandom. They lump everyone in.
But like, up until Amanda Stenberg, I can never fucking say her name. Amanda Stenberg. Up until she dropped her diss track, okay, and then went on The View and started laughing about it. Up until then, people were just like judging her acting, judging the story, judging the writing. It was nothing about her as a person. But then she dropped her diss track. All right, now then you can comment on her as a person, right? Yeah. Because she has just started to like laugh and talk shit about Star Wars fans. All right. So then you can actually like make a video and say, well, this is her activist, mind taking over, and point out all the different things in her diss track that she goes over, and then, comment on it. Then you can go after her as a person. But before that even happened, people were just talking about the Acolyte and how much they didn't like the Acolyte. Like, they weren't talking about these people as people yet. Right? Yeah. Up until she dropped her diss track.
Remember when that abomination of Cowboy Bebop was like coming to Netflix, and that promo image came out of the three main characters, and
yes.
And I was one of them, you were one of them. We were commenting on how the characters' looks, and we said, and the Faye actress in particular, and we were like, I don't like that outfit. Like, it's like it blends into the background. Who picked that outfit? That outfit's atrocious. Like, people and other people were commenting on, they did not like the look that she was given. That's it, just the costume. And I remember the picture, because the only one that stood out, and that was the dog. And she took that as a personal attack.
She took that as a personal attack. If anything, it's the actors that can't separate themselves from their stupid fucking roles. Yeah. Because she took that as a diss on her, right? Yeah. Just because they were commenting on the outfit that she was wearing and comparing it to, because people are comparing it to, the
anime, because that's what they want to see. They want to see the outfit from the anime or something closer.
It's the same thing when you compare the live action Disney film to the original Disney film. You're taking something off from, media that people have watched. It is there. People can compare the two things because there's something to compare it to. And she took it as a personal attack. It's like, hello, we're not talking about you. I don't care about you. I care about what you're wearing. Like, you are playing a character, and we are talking about what the character that you are playing is wearing. So yeah, it's like, it's them that can't separate themselves from the character that they are playing, because they think that, like, oh my gosh, you're insulting like my acting. How dare you? You're insulting the character that I'm playing, the story that I'm acting in. How dare you? It's almost like like critics have been kissing their ass for years and years and years, right? That they've forgotten what criticism is and how to take it, because they're literal actors. Okay, they have to audition for a part. Except for Amanda Stenberg, like this was, the Acolyte was written for her, right? But these are actors. They have to deal with rejection all the time, because like they have to audition. They're being judged all the time based on these auditions, and then they actually make the thing that they auditioned for, right? They get cast in the part and they make it, and it doesn't matter what it is—a TV show, a Broadway show, a movie, and there's critics and people judge it. They're constantly being judged because they're in that job. It's a job of like, you're basically being judged all the time. People are judging your performance. They're judging your acting. They're judging your clothing. They're being judged all the time. So they should be used to it by now. They should be used to the criticism, and they should just take it.
Like now the critics.
But now the
I'm not
critics are
saying
so
all
far
critics.
up their asses, kissing their asses, and they refuse to write anything bad about people anymore. That they're just like, well, how dare you judge me?
They don't want to lose their they don't want to lose like basically their perks, essentially, like early access, things like that. So like they're not going to actually do their job. I remember a time when they actually did their jobs. They actually criticized the movie or the actor or the actress. And like when I say criticize, I mean like constructive criticism, because they're that's what they're paid to do.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's like they're so afraid of losing whatever perks the major studios give them whenever they do review their movies, like early access and things like that. That's they toe the line. They toe the line.
That's like the people on the influencers, right? Yeah. The influencers on YouTube and on Instagram and TikTok, wherever, they don't want to say anything. You see that everywhere. You see it everywhere across all kinds of platforms, and in all kinds of industries. All of these influencers, they don't want to lose access to something, so they're constantly being positive about it. There's no authenticity anymore. There really isn't, because like all of these big corporations are busy like paying you all this money and buying you off, that at some point you just end up sacrificing, like
you lose all your integrity.
You lose all your integrity. Yeah. And you just start giving everything a positive review, and you just start being positive about every single thing. I've actually, because I like makeup, right? I see it in the makeup industry like all the time with all of these makeup influencers. I've just stopped watching them because everything gets a positive review. Everything, they're obsessed with everything. They love everything. And it's like, you can't possibly love everything. I remember a time when not everything was good. And when you used to give good reviews, but now you're literally obsessed with everything, like literally so obsessed, literally with everything, literally obsessed. Like you can't be obsessed with everything. It's literally not impossible. It's not possible. It's not possible to be obsessed with everything. Okay. At some point, something sucks. But now they don't want to lose any of that, right? You see that with influencers. Now with critics, they don't want to be canceled. They don't want to say the wrong thing. They don't want to end up on the wrong side of history. So they don't review things from a place of, I'm going to review it, from like this neutral stamp. They view it from a certain point of view, right? From, okay, I'm going to look at it from this perspective because I don't want people shitting on me. I don't want to get canceled. I don't want to lose my job. I don't want to lose whatever, right? I don't want people to get upset with me. So I'm going to review it from a positive perspective or something, no matter how bad it is.
They're going, like I said, they're going to toe the line where they're like kind of criticizing it, but not really sort of situation. So that way they say, hey, look, I'm doing my job. So, but they're still kind of shilling for whatever it is, just so they don't lose whatever the studio is going to give them.
Oh my God, Zero! Hi, I haven't seen you in a minute.
Oh, it's like, so I caught it earlier in chat. He's like, I heard like Cowboy Bebop and I was summoned.
What's up, Zero? Oh, are you still streaming, by the way? Because Zero used to stream on Twitch, and it was so entertaining. I don't know if you are, but that's all right. All right, let's go.
I saved you. Not fighting what we hate. Saving what we love.
RK Outpost has recently referred to Ingram Shinobi character
that
Reba
line
as...
always fucking annoyed me. You save what you love by fighting what you hate. I hated that line.
Saving what we love.
RK Outpost has recently referred to Ingram's Kenobi character Reva as dumb and retarded. Okay, again, there's no issue there. You can call a character whatever you want. I mean, it's a fictitious character. That's his opinion of the character. That was a fictional character that was written. These channels have gaslit Amanda by claiming she's playing the victim card. Okay, but that's their opinion. They can say that. They don't have to agree with her. With RK Outpost proclaiming, "You've never been oppressed in your goddamn life, you bitch." I mean, shit. Seems like they got a problem with Ryan. I mean, Ryan's angsty, bro. There's a lot of shit that Ryan says that I don't agree with. I think it's a little over the top. But to be honest, you get Ryan drunk and he's like this soft, sweet little guy.
Ryan is a pussy compared to most older American men. Well, one, I'm sure you're very experienced with older American men, Kev, because I imagine they fuck you in the
The hate campaign against Amandla has been so profitable that other major YouTubers have joined the attacks on Amandla, including Star Wars Theory, 3.3 million subscribers, 3.33 million. Some respect, please, Molly. How many more good faith content creators will turn to profitable hate campaigns if this behavior is permitted to continue with no repercussions? Now, look, I probably would have commented on this in a tweet or something. Yet the fact that you put my name in this is so unbelievably effed up, man. Like, first of all, you have to prove that this is a hate campaign. The only hate campaign I see here are you people that have been constantly throwing hate. The boys can defend themselves and they want to go to court for that. They can do that. They can destroy these people. No problem. I fully believe that. The only hate campaign I see here is the hate campaign that Molly Damon, Star Wars Explained, and a lot of these other Star Wars YouTubers have been leading against me for years. How many more good faith
Yes, that is 100%. This is the only campaign, legitimate campaign, organized campaign. This is the only one that we've seen. This is the only one that we've seen.
creators will turn to profitable hate campaigns. It's all about money. Molly Damon and Star Wars Explained, in my opinion, are obsessed with money.
Here we go.
Let me take you back to the very beginning.
Oh, all right. I'm ready. Let's go.
All right, October 6th, 2016, 5:55 a.m. My name is Alex from over at Star Wars Explained. I wanted to just say hey and introduce myself. You're growing insanely fast. Congratulations. You're going to have that silver button in no time. If you ever want to talk Star Wars or YouTube, please feel free to email me. I've got a dialogue going between pretty much all other Star Wars YouTubers. And while some are more friendly and open than others, we've all been pretty cool about sharing advice, collaborating. I actually do have a question for you. You kind of popped up on my radar because I saw this ad on one of my videos. Yeah, really, Alex, like 8 years later, yeah, for sure, that's the reason I popped up on your radar. This ad that my network put up for literally 5 days, that's what made you... Okay, yeah, sure. I don't want this to sound like I'm angry at all or anything. Why the fuck would you be angry? How would you even say that?
She got your ass.
This is literally telling me right there that you're angry. And believe me, he was, because I have more to say about this when I actually met him. On the contrary, I'm very curious if you found it to be a good strategy. 50,000 subscribers in only a couple months is crazy good. So you're obviously doing something right. If you're open to it, I'd love to talk.
That came out of nowhere.
Look, you know what this tells me? Like, he's already threatened by how quickly Star Wars Theory was growing because he reached out first. And he made it a point to tell him, oh, 50,000 subscribers, you're growing really, really fast. So it just shows me that, like, oh, you reached out out to him first. So you're already viewing him as competition, but not just that, you're interested in how you can use him, right? Because he's growing so quickly. So you're interested in how you can use this man to benefit yourself.
Yeah.
In collaborating, because you've already mentioned collaboration as well.
It's like the thing is, like, the fact that he mentions the specific number, that's what like, you know, it's like that would have been like the flag for me, because someone who wasn't super focused on numbers and made it all about their, like, you know, their personality essentially would have been like, you've grown so much in 2 months. You say something like general like that, like, you know, like that you're congratulating them, but like to specifically say 50,000 in 2 months, wow. Like you're really focused on that, aren't you?
Yeah.
To say about this when I actually met him. On the contrary, I'm very curious if you found it to be a good strategy. 50,000 subscribers in only a couple months is crazy good. So you're obviously doing something right. If you're open to it, I'd love to talk about some of the things you found to work, and I will do my best to help you in return. But if that's something you'd like to keep close to your chest, I understand. Anyways, it's nice to meet you. Keep up the great work, and may the force be with you. October 6th, 12:10 p.m. I respond the same day, literally when I just woke up, because I would work all throughout the night. I'd sleep probably around 7 a.m., and then I'd get like a few hours of sleep, and I'd wake up and I'd get right back to writing videos. No eating, no gym, just freaking no dating. Like, I just a million subs in a year. Anyway, so hey, Alex, thanks for reaching out for sure. Ask away. If you want to chat through email, here's fine, or we can chat through Facebook, whatever, either works. Says, hey, saw your tweet. Sorry I missed it for a couple days. Thanks for getting back to me. Chatting through email's fine. All right, so cool. No worries, man. My name is Nia Toos, by the way, but my friends call me Toos for short, or Nia. It says, so you're inquiring about the ad. I only started advertising through my network last Wednesday, and I haven't really seen any benefit to it thus far, so I may cancel it. What I've done is essentially just dedicate my days to making videos I find interesting, adding music, and that's about it. The main videos that propel my channel are fan fictions where I write a story and act it out. According to my analytics, most new subscribers come for those which I feel sets my channel apart from others. Now, when I say that, I didn't know what the hell analytics were. I didn't even know how to read them. I just figured, oh yeah, I get a lot of views on my fan fiction, so that's probably what people come for. So
yeah, and a lot of people at that time were coming for that. They were coming for that. What's up, Epic Mike? Hi.
Been talking to Fact Free quite a bit, who is the lore master, changed his name, and we're talking about doing a collab together. I emailed Stupendous Wave about it. He never responded, so I guess he's not down. My plan was to write a cool fan fiction and have you all play as different characters, which would be cool and something to excite all of our viewers. Your channel is the level I'd like to be at by next year. How did you grow it? Any tips? By the way, if you're cool with it, can we put each other in our suggested friends list? Nice to meet you, Toos. Yeah, I was really curious about the ad. I've always considered giving that a shot, but is always skeptical. Bummer you're not seeing any benefit from it. Are you able to dedicate all day, every day to this? If so, I'm crazy jealous. I currently have a full-time job and have to do everything at night. Actually, you told everyone at the Lego booth in Chicago that your wife helps divide the workload into two. I would totally be down for a mass collab like you're suggesting, and yeah, I can add you as a recommended channel. As for tips, the main thing I would suggest is you're already doing.
Oh, that's interesting. He wanted to be added as a recommended channel. So if you don't know, like if you go to someone's YouTube page, they at the very bottom, you can add people into like recommended channels. Like you found my channel, congratulations. Here are some channels that I like, that I recommend, right? And in that way, you use each other to grow. So he was very interested in using Star Wars or Star Wars Theory. That is very interesting.
Better than
I think I have you, Mara. I have to double check, but I think I have your channel there.
I should have your channel. It's been a while since I've like
I have to double check, but I'm pretty sure I have Mara there.
Well, speaking of real
fast, I haven't changed my suggested channels in a really long time. I need to see who's there.
I can't remember who's on mine, but I was like, because you bullied me into doing spoiler reviews for Rings of Power. Like I did one, so pit me out, bitch.
You needed to do them, okay?
Yeah. I think I have a lot I can work on. I need to be better with my titles and thumbnails and general SEO, in my opinion. Right off the bat, he's like, oh, he's just getting these views because of his titles and his thumbnails and clickbait. Please understand. Everything I'm saying, you will see it all unravel. We're going to get to all of it. But I think the most important thing is consistency, which you're already doing great with. Looks like you're growing faster than me and a lot of the other channels, so you should easily be in the 200K range soon. Took me almost 2 years to get there. Really the best.
Ooh, that's a lot of envy. That's some envy. Is that envy? You're growing so much quickly, so much more quickly than I am.
That's what I said. Like that's why I said with the focus on a specific number in 2 months. Where
yeah,
it's like
he's very hyper focused with those numbers. He's very obsessed with that. Yeah,
his not focus would have been like, congratulations on growing so fast in 2 months, or whatever. Like someone who's like genuine would have been general in that, but he's like focused on numbers. Like he's ingratiating himself on Star Wars Theory. And he's like, hey, like, it's like, people on the recommended channels, because that's all that matters to him is using people.
Well, yes, absolutely. What did he say? I wanted to just double check real quick.
Looks like you're growing faster than me and a lot of the other channels, so you should easily be in the 200K range soon.
Looks like you're growing faster than me and a lot of the other channels. So yeah, they definitely had their eye on Star Wars Theory. Like, oh, look at this new guy coming into the fold. He's growing really, really fast. How can we use him?
Yeah.
Can you put me in your recommended channels? Do you want to collab? How can we use this guy?
Took me almost 2 years to get there. Really the best tip I have is just...
Oh, and then it took me almost 2 years to get there. For him to mention that, like, it took me 2 years to get there, that's almost, it's almost a little bit envious, right? Because he's looking at, like, his thumbnails, his titles, the videos that he's putting out there, and comparing his channel to Star Wars Theory's channel and wondering, like, what is it? How come mine didn't grow that quickly? He's already comparing the two.
Just be cool and friendly, which again, seems like you are. Stupendous can be a little slow to open up and protective. He's definitely the quiet side with me, but he's starting to warm up. Good talking to you. If you ever have any questions or just want to chat Star Wars, you can always shoot me an email or tweet something, because I can't anymore if you guys block me. My philosophy has always been the more big Star Wars channels out.
Sorry.
Playing it at 1x speed kind of makes it funnier, because
it does. It makes it a lot funnier when you're playing it at 1.5 times speed.
Especially with the Yoda clip, it just comes out of nowhere. Goes like it's like comes and goes.
It's just like, Mom. Mom. Okay, I'm sorry. All right.
Shoot me an email or tweet something, because I can't anymore if you guys block me. My philosophy has always been the more big Star Wars channels out there, the better we can all learn and help each other grow. It's all about growing. It's all about, I didn't give a shit about any of that, man. I was just making my
That's true. Listen to it. He's like, I don't care about that. I'm just making my stuff. I don't care. But this one seems hyper focused on growing. Let's help each other grow. Let's help each other with each other's YouTube channel. You don't want to do that. You can't compare yourself to some other channel, to someone else's channel, and use them to grow. Like that's something that you don't want to do.
My content and making it the way I wanted. That was it. I didn't take a course on this. Man, I couldn't agree more with that. Seems like people are too riddled with greed, but if we all work together, we can not only become more successful at doing what we love, but make the Star Wars community stronger. Yeah, seems like
riddled with greed. Does that sound like projection?
Yeah.
Seems like he's the only greedy one because he's the one that's asking Star Wars Theory for a bunch of things in return, right? What does Star Wars Theory get in return for all of this? Because he wants to be on his recommended list. He wants to do all of these collabs. What does Star Wars Theory get in return for all of this? It sounds very greedy to just like out of nowhere write to someone and say, hey, I've noticed that you're growing really, really fast. Let's hook up. Let's collab, you and I. You're growing really quickly. Look at my numbers. Look at my thumbnails. How are you doing this? It took me 2 years to get all this. He's the one being. It sounds like he's very greedy himself because he's asking Star Wars Theory for all of these things.
Stupendous Wave doesn't like me or something. Maybe he sees me as a threat. I have no clue, which is absurd. My job allows me super flexible hours as I'm a realtor, so whenever my clients are taken care of, I have free time to spend on my channel. I'm going to add you now to my sidebar. It was a pleasure meeting you. For sure, I will contact you soon regarding more sort of collab and anything else. Have a great weekend. May the force be with you. Then from there, we spoke a few more times, and then it started to get really sour. Started to get really bad. He asked me for a few, like, was this in 2017? He's like, hey, like, if you don't mind me asking, like, where do you get the high quality comic images? And I told him, like, oh, you just type it in Google and you get those and you can comment on it. He's like, oh, crap, that's amazing. Thank you. Yeah, Dash is super cool dude. So then it starts to get a little bit, things got bad.
That's a weird question to ask. Where'd you get those high res pictures? I don't know. Just Google it.
Yeah.
a lot of times, well, I don't know, maybe because sometimes I'll forget and someone's just like, just Google it. It's like, oh yeah, I can Google it. I don't know.
Yeah, but like, for someone like who's
make,
like
you know,
been like, making content for as long as he has, like Alex
That's true.
has.
You
He
should
seems
know.
like-
Yeah, he's making content. I feel like he maybe just wanted to reach out again to see if like he still had that because that's what this feels like, right? It feels like he just wanted to reach out to see if that line of communication was still open between Star Wars Theory and because that seems like a kind of like a dumb question to ask somebody, right? Like,
But then,
where'd you get those high res
for someone
images?
who's like been at it for 2+ years at this point, or like whatever he claimed,
Yeah.
I'm like, that's something where it's like that question does not make any sense. Like,
No, I think that like this is sort of like one of those things like
no, I'm saying like, you know,
Is there-
like
is
that
there-
type of question.
it seems like I just want to see if there's still an open line of communication. So I just need a reason to reach out to him. Let me just make up this question.
I know I'm saying it's like, you know, that's the motivation, but like the question itself, it's like, really, like,
Well, like that's why he asked that question. He just wanted to see
Yeah.
if like the line of communication is still open between the two.
Mhm.
You know, for whatever reason, maybe his own reasons. He has his own reasons, but like because that's such a loaded question. Like, why are you getting like why seriously? Or here, I get him from Google. Oh,
Yeah.
thanks. It just seems like he just needed a reason to reach out to Theory to see if he would I don't know if he'd reply back or something.
Amazing. Thank you. Yeah, Dash is super cool dude. So then it starts to get a little bit, things got bad because he started to make, you know, he made some inflammatory videos about my theories, about my what ifs for Snoke and this and that. And he would make fun of some of the stuff in his like questionnaire videos and like poke at me. And I didn't take too good to that. And then he started to create a series and sell t-shirts for this new podcast he created called This Week in Clickbait. And I was like the star of every single episode. And that's actually what brought me and Jeremy, Geeks and Gamers, together, was that he essentially used Jeremy as the entryway, the icebreaker to then talk about a bigger topic was me. And that video, I don't know if he's taken it down or if it's still out there or not. That was when Jeremy reached out to me and we spoke. We didn't like each other for a while. He like full on went after me out of the freaking blue on some topics and videos that I was talking about regarding some stuff in this scenario. The Solo posters. They took out the guns and like the blasters in South America or something like that from what I remember. Again, this is 2018, or even before that. It was quite a while ago. And I was talking about that in a video.
All of the blasters. And the way some of my peers covered it was downright laughable.
So Disney has decided to remove the blaster from Han Solo on this latest wave of posters.
So in recent events, Disney has now removed all blasters in the upcoming movie posters for Solo.
In the beginning, he started talking about, you know, like thumbnails. What are you doing for SEO and this and that and the other thing? I wouldn't be mad, but it's all about views. Fast forward to this, and now he's apologizing and blah, 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 and so on and so forth. This is before the fan film. He says, I saw your plans for an upcoming fan film. I wish you all the best. Can't wait to see the Kickstarters. This is like way back. I met the guy first time where we all got flown out to do some sort of a thing together, a whole bunch of us. And I remember walking down the street with him, and he was like, you know, before I knew who you were, I couldn't sleep at night. He's like, I'm serious. I'm paraphrasing. I'm serious. Molly would have to calm me down because I couldn't sleep at night because you and Stupendous Wave were just getting such crazy views, and we were working so hard, and we couldn't even come close to that. I was mad.
Wow. He is obsessed with numbers. If he can't sleep at night, what the heck? Yeah, that is someone who is
YouTube.
obsessed, and he's obsessed with these channels and the views that they're getting. And it makes sense now. If that's how his mind works, if that's how he's thinking, if he's just obsessed with views and numbers and money, it makes sense why he would go after Ryan specifically, because Ryan has been able to grow super quick. Like Ryan grew incredibly fast. Ryan grew very, very fast in a little amount of time, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that would explain why he has a hate boner out for him specifically, because he grew very fast. And then, Gary and Jeremy get or Gary specifically gets like 1 million views, right? He gets a ton of views. And Jeremy, it seems like he's been obsessed with Jeremy from the very beginning. So like it makes sense why he picked these 3 channels.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you have to compare yourself to your own. Like that's it. But it seems like he's been obsessed for a while with views.
It's actually kind of cool. It's a bird. It's playing notes. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm sorry, man. And he's like, well, I just feel bad because I just like really didn't like you, and I see that you're such a nice guy now, and I feel bad about that. So I want to.
So when he reached out initially, he didn't like him. Like that. What? He already hated him. He probably hated him because his channel was growing so quickly. What the?
Yeah. It's all about the numbers.
I feel like really didn't like you, and I see that you're such a nice guy now, and I feel bad about that. So I want to.
Wait.
I feel like
talking
really
about
didn't
Jeremy
and I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm sorry, man. And he's like, well, I just feel bad because I just like really didn't like you, and I see that you're such a nice guy now, and I feel bad about that. So I want to apologize. I feel like Alex is actually a nice guy. Like to the point where I don't know if he does have this, but I feel like he has a sort of compulsion OCD where he like has to tell you if he feels bad or guilty about something. He started just like opening up and telling me these things about like, I was like, oh, don't worry about it, man. It's all good. He's like, I just see you're such a nice person now, and I just feel bad about that. And I'm like, man, this guy must have like really fucking hated me for the views to the point where he couldn't sleep at night and his wife would have to calm him down. Fuck, man. This whole shit's about views for these guys.
Dang.
Yeah.
He couldn't sleep, and even when he was reaching out to him to like try and collab and all that stuff, he secretly was unable to sleep because he kept comparing himself to Star Wars Theory, and Star Wars Theory grew very quickly in like 2 months, and he was just obsessed with the views. That's insane. Wow.
Yeah.
Couldn't sleep at night and his wife would have to calm him down. Fuck, man. This whole shit's about views for these guys. Anyways, then he does his This Week in Clickbait and this and that and the other and blah, blah, blah. What the hell? I remember I took a cab with him once to the airport. We split a cab. I didn't sleep. I was up all night and I was editing in the back of the cab. He's like, what are you editing? I'm like, oh, just the new Vader comic. He's like, that just came out. I'm like, yeah, I didn't sleep. And then I showed him. I pressed play as it was in the final cut thing. And he was just looking at it and didn't say a word. He was just like, I was like, yeah, I'm really excited to get it out. And I'm like, all right, man, well, it's my stop. Hey, it was great seeing you. And he's like, yeah. And that was it. And then he started this Week in Clickbait shit. And I just was like, the fuck, dude? You could message me if you like. We've literally talked already so many times. We've like been to Germany together for Gamescom. We've been other places together for like other stuff. Clearly all about trying to slander me and like put me down and whatever to make yourself look taller. And so I didn't like that. And then, fast forward, there's a few more.
So it seems like This Week in Clickbait, he was trying to, again, use these YouTubers who are growing incredibly quickly to help his channel grow quickly. It seems like he was very, I mean, if someone on our side, or I don't want to even say our side, but like, since they've created 2 sides, I'm going to say our side, right? Okay. Since they're the ones that created the 2 sides, I will use that analogy, or I will use that, whatever. I can't fucking talk right now. It seems like their side started to use the other side, right? For views and clicks. That seems like if someone from our side would do that now, they would be like, oh my gosh, that is so hateful. That is so hateful. Like if I were to make a video about like just focused on Star Wars Explains latest video, right? And say This Week in Clickbait and just make a video about it, they would just completely lose their shit and be like, see, these fans are toxic. But it seemed like he was in his own way back then still using Star Wars Theory for views, because I'm sure he put him in like the hashtags under the videos, right? Like he's still using him for views. He's using his name for views. So he's still using him for views.
Mm-hmm.
more. He's like, I still imagine you're not a fan of mine, which is fine. I get it, but I want to say congrats on your film. I know how much time and effort it took, and that looks great. You should be very proud and hope to see it continue. So then we didn't talk until 2019 when we were both put together for the Lego group. We essentially were the two Star Wars creators at Celebration Chicago, where we had to go head to head against each other and like build Lego or something like that. And it was fun. Backstage, before we go live, while we're getting mic'd up, he's there. He's in the freaking tent. And we hadn't talked. I've been ignoring him and all that. He comes to me and he's like, look, I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry for what I did and those videos. I shouldn't have made them. I should have just contacted you about it, and I shouldn't have done it publicly. And I mean, the guy had like a whole merch line. Like he was.
This seems like this fucking. This is what it feels like to me. All right, it feels like a some toxic relationship where like the or like the guy will call you like a bitch, right? Like, you're such a bitch. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
What can I do to make it up for you? I'm so sorry. I didn't mean it. You're such a bitch. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yes.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, a little bit. Just a little bit. I'm
That's
sorry,
what
baby.
it sounds
Won't happen
like.
again. I'm sorry, honey.
Either that or Trey. Trey's guy, he's just as fucking pussy, right? Because
Yeah.
it does seem like these people will like put some shit out and then they can't like stand behind it, right?
No.
They can't take it. So they're just
It's
like,
like that
oh my god,
meme.
I'm so sorry. Please don't hate me. Please don't hate me. Please don't hate me.
It's that meme of that like that SJW shoveling shit over the wall, but when it like gets basically you want to dish it out, okay, we're gonna throw it right back at you, and it's like they can't they either then play the victim card or they turn around and go, it's like, oh my god, oh my god, I'm so sorry, oh my god. It's like literally, I need to find the clip from like Monty Python and the Holy Grail of like,
honestly,
help,
I think he's
being
just a pussy. I think he can like talk a big game. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna put this video out. Clickbait, yeah, and then just be like, I'm so sorry, I put that video out. It probably helped him with views, right? But please don't think bad of me. I'm not a bad person. I'm a good person. Please don't think bad of me. I think he is. I think he's just pussy.
A good person who
all about it.
like goes behind someone's back and uses that like an individual. Like, I'm not exactly a fan of Star Wars Theory because of some of the decisions he made, but I'm like, to Star Wars explains that is really fucking shitty, and then to turn around and go, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do it, or it's like like things like that. I'm like, you meant to do it. You just didn't think you would get caught. You just didn't think it would actually like be brought into the light.
I don't think that. Like, I'm wondering if since they are of the mindset that like they'll pretty much do anything for views, I'm wondering if they're like, I want to stay on this guy's good side, because if I don't, then what if he starts making videos like mine, right? And starts reacting to my videos. I think like if I'm willing to do it, they must be willing to do it themselves, right? If I do this, they might do it too. And so I think he's just covering his ass, honestly. Because I think he's afraid of Star Wars Theory.
And I shouldn't have done it publicly. And I mean, the guy had like a whole merch line. Like he was all about it, bro. Like this guy was like trying to capitalize, trying to profit off it. There's that. And shook his hand. I accepted his apology. I'm like, it's fine. 4 years into the YouTube space with my channel. I wasn't the same happy-go-lucky kid because now I know that these guys are two-faced as fuck and I can't trust any of them, right? So Hello Greedo, that was another one. That was another guy who was in with him, and he would talk so much shit about me. Then I met him at one of the functions. The first thing he says to me, we were all in like a little huddle together on a group. Alex is like, yeah, this is Star Wars Theory. And I'm like, oh, hey man, how's it going? And I knew the shit he said. I knew the shit he talked about me in videos and all that stuff. And he'd be like, very big, very big. Is that all you guys care about? YouTubers, if they have a big following and they get a lot of views, they can make a lot of money. I'm not saying I'm on Mr. Beast level or PewDiePie or even anyone like that huge, but I definitely do well for myself, well enough that I can now create a new company for Theory Savers, employ a bunch of people who are great people, also fund a $1.2 million fan film all by myself. And I couldn't be here without my audience. I couldn't be here without people believing in me. I just got a bill today for about $20,000 for Vader for this month. One person, man, that's a lot. And it seems like these people, all they give a shit about is money. They're constantly talking about money. This is a multi-million dollar project, this and that and the other thing. And
100%. Like, they are obsessed with money. You can tell by like the emails that he was sending him. He's obsessed with views. And what do views equal? Well, it equals money. If you're getting a lot of views and stuff like that, you can, views equate to money. So yes, absolutely, 100%. You can tell it from the very beginning, from him reaching out, that he is obsessed with views and numbers, because that just, in their mind, that just equals more money.
And YouTubers have joined the attacks on Mandela, including Star Wars Theory, because it's so profitable. Everything is always about money. And it's like, people who make money, they don't really care that much about money. It's so much bigger than that. It's about, what can I do with this money? I want to take this and I want to make a cool movie, or I want to make a cool product, or I want to build a team or a business or something like that. I make money not because I pander to any sort of thing that is lucrative. I make money because now at this point, what I have to say obviously resonates with people and they want to know what I have to say about it.
Mm-hmm.
And to be honest, it's because people like you, Molly, have made me popular as like, oh, I got to see what.
Wait, did he just hang on? Oh, okay. He's looking at the content that they're putting out and looking at like the numbers that they're getting. Okay, I got it.
And to be honest, it's because people like you, Molly, have made me popular as like, oh, I got to see what that controversial guy has to say. It's like when it's really just a guy who's speaking his mind and speaking his opinion, but you guys have made me into such a bigger thing than I was. All I ever wanted was to be accepted. All I ever wanted was to just do my thing. You guys have turned me into this image of me that's not even me. And it's unfortunate that the minority sees me in some sort of a shadow figure light, whereas my subscribers and the people who stand by me and love me and know who I am see me for who I am, which is me. This isn't an act.
Well, see, and that's a big thing too. Hold on, I'm gonna let him finish talking.
This isn't like a character I'm playing. This is just me. Just like people don't.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. I don't think that like Star Wars Explained can. Well, honestly, if you watch their content, they're incredibly boring, and there's like such a lack of energy. I think that like that's how they really are in person, incredibly boring with lack of energy. But the things that they say when they talk about Star Wars, when they talk about the Acolyte, when they talk about episodes, when they talk about are reviewing things, I think that like they're not being authentic, and it drives them insane that they cannot be authentic and give like their authentic reactions and opinions on things, because they've cultivated this audience that is so used to them being positive, and because they want to stay in the good graces of Disney and Lucasfilm, because they've been flown out and like gone to Skywalker Ranch and all of these things, right? So they don't want to lose that, so they can't be authentic. So what does that lead to? Well, these are very envious people, obviously, and they like the fact, or they don't like the fact that Star Wars Theory can be his authentic self. What he says online is what he really thinks. He doesn't have to, spout something to stay in the good graces of one crowd or another crowd. He just says what he thinks, and so does Jeremy, Ryan, and Gary, and they can't do that, and they hate that.
No.
Don't like me and people do like me. People don't like the Acolyte and people like the Acolyte. People have preferences. We're inclusive of everybody no matter what. You have to think the way we think. And if you don't, we're going to destroy your livelihood. We're going to vote to get you ripped off of a platform that's feeding you and your family and other people's families and giving other people jobs and this and that and the other thing. And to that, I think that is so unbelievably malicious. And Molly, you want to talk about YouTube guidelines, community guidelines, coordinating an attack against other YouTubers to get them ripped off of a platform for claims that you would need to definitely prove in court goes against the community guidelines. And that could actually backfire on you. I would be really surprised if Nerdrotic, Ryan Kinnell, and Geeks and Gamers don't actually pool together to sue you. I really would be actually surprised. I'd be more surprised if they didn't do that than the Acolyte getting greenlit for another season. Mandalorian season 2 finale came out and Luke Skywalker showed up. I was crying and I was like, a spectacle on the internet. We had Pablo Hidalgo making fun of me. We had Molly Damon, who was joining in on the fun by posting a GIF of that GIF of a woman laughing or spitting out her coffee on someone who posted a video of me crying, but made it to, I think it was something about like SpongeBob or some shit or something like that. And to that I just say, where's your heart? Where's the inclusivity there? Is it because I make money? How about we take the money away from all of this stuff?
That's so funny. You would think that like, because his reaction to seeing Luke Skywalker was a genuine reaction. Like, he loves this character so much. He loves Star Wars so much. That is a genuine reaction. And yes, he's been able to like make fun of himself since then and deal with the people that like made fun of him. He's been able to like sort of like take it on stride, and now he can, look back on it and sort of like laugh at it, right? Laugh at like the people that made fun of him, laugh at the attacks. Like, now he can do that. But that was a genuine reaction. And for her, this Star Wars fan who wants people to be happy about Star Wars and, emotional about Star Wars, for her to like make fun of that reaction, for this genuine fan to see his hero come back in The Mandalorian and, start crying and have this reaction to seeing that, right? For her to make fun of that, it just shows her mindset. Like, look at this guy. Ha ha ha. Like, are you kidding? Don't you want people to have that love for this franchise? Isn't that what you're all about, right? Because you want.
I thought that's what they were all about when they started
Wars.
Messaging him in like 2016, 2017. Yeah, let's help each other grow. I mean, wasn't that all like the spiel that Star Wars Explained sent to Star Wars Theory?
Like,
I'm saying like I'm saying that facetiously because it's like, look what they're doing now, basically. But
Yeah.
wait, go back 8 years. I thought you wanted to help each other grow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but like not only that, they're all about like positivity, people's love for Star Wars, love for the franchise. Look at this man expressing so much love, seeing his hero, not love, but like emotion, seeing his hero on screen, right? Sorry, I got a call. Like, why would they do that? Why would they make fun of him? This is the type of reaction that you want, isn't it? Someone's love of the franchise showing. Like, look, he's not afraid to like be emotional here. He loves Luke Skywalker so much. What is wrong with that? Why are you making fun of that? That is a positive reaction to The Mandalorian. It's not even anything negative. He is seeing Luke Skywalker in The Mandalorian, and he's having like this emotional response because he loves the character so much. Why is that a bad thing? Why are you making fun of that? Can you imagine if someone had that type of reaction to, I don't know, a clip of The Acolyte, right? And they reacted to it like that, so much emotion.
You know what I would say?
And then
If someone
people
had that
started
type of
making fun of
reaction
them
to
for that. Do you
I'm saying-
think that they would put up
No.
with that right now? No.
You know, because the big thing in The Acolytes that the member, like, what I'm saying, member berries basically, like, is Plagueis. So if someone had that same reaction to Plagueis in a show they liked, and it was made fun of,
they would lose their shit. They would, how dare you come and, bully this person for seeing someone that they love on screen, for having the reaction to Plagueis, for crying because they love Plagueis and they see this character on screen for the first time ever. How dare you go after them? They would lose their shit. But it is okay for them to do it to Star Wars Theory. Rules for thee, not for me.
Yep.
Stuff. None of us make money. Let's just say none of us make money. Is it about views then? Is it about popularity? Okay, take all that away. Let's say you can't see the view count, nothing. You can't see the subscriber count, nothing. Would there really be that level of animosity? Or is it something a little deeper? Is it about this week in clickbait? Is it about Alex not being able to sleep at night and you having to freaking coddle him so that he could sleep because another channel was putting out content that was getting more views? I guess it all has to be because of SEO and thumbnails, right? And I remember at a function, I overheard you guys talking to, I think it was Eckhart's Ladder, who the first time I met him, sat next to me.
Dude, I love Eckhart's Ladder's channel. Oh my gosh. Freaking love that channel. Do you subscribe? You should subscribe. If you have not, subscribe.
I think I'm still subscribed to him. I just haven't watched really much of any of these other channels. So.
Dude, I used to like I would get like notifications for Eckhart's Ladder. I would watch right away. Like I freaking loved Eckhart's Ladder for a while there. Like I would just listen to his channel. It's so sad because I think like I kind of would watch him on and off now, but like, when Star Wars was just like coming back, oh my gosh, I was like obsessed with listening to Eckhart's Ladder. I think like even after in between Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker was when I was just like listening to every single video that he would put out. Like I freaking love Eckhart's Ladder. But then you just become like really disenfranchised with Star Wars, and at some point you just kind of stop listening to Star Wars content. That's how it was for me at least, and that's why like every now and then I would listen to a video that he would put out, but for a while there I was just obsessed with like listening to a bunch of his videos.
We're at a function, I overheard you guys talking to, I think it was Eckhart's Ladder, who the first time I met him, sat next to me, asked me how much money I made the previous month. I was just so off-put by it. I was eating my dinner. I was like, I'm not telling you. He's like, come on, just tell me. No, I don't know you. I'm not telling you. That's just so weird. Why are you guys so obsessed with money? That's another creator who I was cool with, and he eventually started to throw shade at me in videos and online. And he was the first person, or I guess I was the first person he reached out to or something, because this goes back to 2017, back when YouTube had emails. Hey man, I'm not sure if you've seen my videos before, but I'm a fellow Canadian Star Wars creator. I'm recently without a job, and I'm now relying on my channel to survive. I know that you're also relatively new to YouTube, and I was wondering whether you could help me out in some way. Perhaps a video shout out or something similar. I'm not sure what I can give you in return, but I'd be happy to help you out in any way possible. Yeah, that's nice. Just found that not genuine. You're doing this for money, and I really hold Star Wars so close to me that I was like, man, I'm not doing this for money. I'm doing this because I love Star Wars. So once
Yeah, that's interesting. Like a lot of them like, hey, put me in your recommended. Hey, give me a shout out. Hey, let's do all of this. It's so interesting, dude. Like, how can we use Star Wars Theory? I would be pissed off, dude, if like all of these people like reached out to me at the very beginning of my YouTube journey, right? Like the very beginning of my YouTube journey, and like they see how fast and how quickly I'm growing, and all they want to do is use me. Yeah, I would be a little pissed off, especially like now, all these years later, and they're still using me, but they're using me in a different way, right? They're using me in a different way. They're using me to, push an agenda. They're using me for interaction on Twitter. They're using me to, to make videos about me still. Hateful videos about me saying like I'm not really a Star Wars fan. Like he's still being used to this day. Yeah, I would be pretty pissed myself.
I didn't give him his answer. I didn't tell him how much money I made the previous month. He then went and got chummy with Molly and Alex, and I was like, okay. And I'm just still eating my food, and pretty much people are clearing out at that point. And I remember overhearing. I got some big ears, man. I got these Yoda ears. I was overhearing those, eavesdropping, if you will. But they were like at the other side of the table. And Molly freaking says, again, paraphrasing here, she says, yeah, a lot of other people started using our name in their titles, Star Wars Explained, And so we're trying to have to think of something to be more unique and stand out. And I'm like, are you guys fucking kidding me? You're pissed at me because I use Star Wars Explained in my titles? And I'm like, whatever, I'm just thinking too much of it. Then, like a year later, I see this dude who worked at, I think it was ILM VFX Lab.
The phrase Star Wars Explained is like just a general phrase people can say is like, here, this explained, this explained, this explained. Like, you have not trademarked that fucking phrase, pretty much. You just named your channel that. So other people can use that as a title because you're explaining something within that IP. So, like, you do not own that name. You do not own that phrase.
Yeah.
But they're like, people are using that. Yeah, no shit, because they're explaining something in an IP. Like Marvel explained, DC explained, Star Trek explained. They're explaining something in an IP. That's what it is. But no, it's like, oh, they're stealing our name.
Yeah. No, it's my channel. That's my channel name. You can't do that. No. It's like when, oh my gosh, oh shit. It's like when people try and like copyright a phrase or something. Like Paris Hilton was like, I want to own the phrase "that's hot."
I think she was like being like facetious.
I thought that was a joke. There was
Yeah,
something else recently that happened too, that someone tried to like do a phrase and they were like, no, you can't do that. I can't remember.
Like it's like The Rock like wanting to trademark the phrase rock bottom. Like, you do realize that that's been around before you became The Rock, right?
The Rock owns jabroni?
Yeah, like you
Really?
can't say jabroni. Yeah. Oh no, he's gonna track me down because I said jabroni on stream.
Then, like,
that's what it reminds me of that too. It reminds me of those guys who tried to control all the reaction channels under their show. Yes, it reminds me of that too. Like, oh, we made React content. Yes, that's what it reminds me of too. It reminds me of that. Like, oh no, we started React content. You have to give us credit for React content. The Fine Bros. Thank you, Gigawatt. Yes, the Fine Bros. Yeah, that's what it reminds me of too. Oh my god, we made React content. Give us fucking credit. No, get the fuck out of here, dude.
a year later, I see this dude who worked at, I think it was ILM VFX Lab or something like that, like what they had for Vader Immortal at Downtown Disney, which was an amazing experience. I had a fan meetup there, and I took a bunch of fans, and we all went to Vader Immortal and had a great time. So shout out to all you guys. So then I remember this guy that like is a Lucasfilm official. He works there. He literally inadvertently calls me out on Twitter, and I'm like, he says all these big Star Wars YouTubers profiting. If someone can find this tweet, that'd be amazing. Profiting off of Alex and Molly's hard work by using the metadata and SEO of Star Wars Explained that they worked so hard for so many years to grow and build in the metadata or some shit. That was the first time I actually like commented on this. I'm like, bro, you're so stupid. Literally, I am the one that's carrying the word Star Wars Explained by my views, and if anything, it is propelling Alex's channel 10 fucking fold because the views I put in, that Star Wars Explained title is going into the wave of SEO, and it's creating a way bigger wave because of my videos, and so therefore, Alex and Molly are benefiting a lot from all of that SEO that I'm just punching in and driving in.
They're benefiting from it, but they're not getting the initial views. They're not getting the initial viewership. They're still jealous that you are getting those views. Like that's all it comes down to. They are still jealous that you are getting those initial views. They want to use you, yes, but they want to use you in their own way, right? I feel like they look at it as like, oh, okay, so but you need to credit us, or you need to do this in every single video, right? Like they want it in their own way. I don't think they look at it like that. Like that's a very good way to explain it. Like you're still benefiting off of it, right? It's still pushing your name. It's still going to get recommended. But like, it's not how they want it to happen. So
for their channel name, it's just like the level of absolute entitlement and people just getting pissed over views and thinking that I'm stealing views. Bro, there's another Star Wars YouTuber that has been such an asshole to me over the years, and I just don't even want to mention his name because he's such a piece of shit that I don't even want to make this video about him because this is about Molly. This is about Molly and Star Wars Explained and Alex and how they've been literally gunning for me.
Oh my god, who do you think it is?
Really hard to narrow it down at this point.
Who do you think it is? Chat.
He said he.
Put it in chat. Who do you guys think it is in chat? I want to know.
He mentioned Hello Greedo and Eckhart's Ladder. I'm trying to think what other channels I followed.
Who do you guys put? Who do you think? It's Raging Rhino and Drunk 3PO.
I'm gonna go through my YouTube
Oh,
and see
maybe
like what
time.
could be.
It's Jade Shadow.
Yeah. But
Right, let's keep going.
Me from the very beginning. And if I didn't join them, then this is the treatment. It's unbelievably wild to me that like most people aren't able to actually see them for what they are. Well, hopefully that this maybe gives you a bit of a understanding of my experience with these people, because it literally ain't all sunshines and rainbows like they preach. They ain't inclusive. They're inclusive as long as you aren't getting more views than them. And at the end of the day, it's all about money and views for these people. Listen, since the beginning, I've been making tons of money and getting tons of views. I could make lore videos, fan fictions, what ifs, talk about the news of a show. I'll still get the same amount of large views. If anything, when Star Wars is good, I get more views. And I'm the only one that knows my analytics better than anybody else on this planet. So at the end of the day, they can say what they want. They can make it all about views. But look, people just don't watch your content because they're just not as into it as they are maybe some other people. So don't be pissed at me. Don't hate the player. Hate the game, baby. And to be honest, it's not even a game. It's just, man, I'm just a Star Wars fan. I love Star Wars.
I think he makes content that's entertaining. It's more let's call a spade a spade. His content is more entertaining than their content. I'm sorry, but I've watched their content. His is more entertaining. That's why people are more inclined to click a Star Wars theory video than they are a Star Wars explained video. Like his content is more entertaining. I'm sorry that you are not as entertaining as Star Wars theory, but that's just the way it goes. There, you need to change something up because whatever it is not working. It's not entertaining.
And everything I say, everything I make is from the heart. And if you don't want to believe that, and you want to make it about views and this and money.
And people can sense that, right? Everything he makes is from the heart. Everything they make is for views and for money, and they're obsessed with that. And I think that people can sense that, right? Your audience can sense when something changes, right? And they can sense like the lack of authenticity, and people are like very inclined to just not click on it or not continue to watch it because they can sense that in somebody. Whereas you can tell, like if you watch a Star Wars theory video, that like there is passion behind there. There's a lot of passion behind it. There's love of the franchise. There's love of Star Wars there, and people can sense that. They understand that. They know that. They can pick up on that. Whereas if you're obsessed with like views and stuff, like it's not going to come across well to your followers.
Take it all away. Take the. Well, I guess you tried. I guess you literally tried to take all of my money away, which is wild. You are just not a good person. Got to say that much, Molly. And I know Alex is behind all this, but he's just such a sackless guy that he just can't do it himself, and he has to have his wife do it for him. The further along I got into this, I
believe that. I mean, how many times did Alex apologize to him so far? That he showed us 5 or 6 times, once in person or twice in person. Like, yeah, I believe that.
Yep. Alex needs help with his wife to aim while he's going to the bathroom.
What?
Alex needs his wife's help to aim while he's going to the bathroom.
And he has to have his wife do it for him. The further along I got into this, I started to realize that these guys really just care about views and money and all this shit. And look, don't get me wrong, man, I fucking love money. Money's great. Just like the next person, it allows you to have freedom. I like cool cars, just like George Lucas. I like nice things. I also like cool story more than anything else. That's what dreams are built on. That's where creativity starts. That's where the kid who really wasn't happy with their life in school and whatnot won't freaking end themselves because they have a galaxy to go and escape to and have fun with. And then they can find friends that focus on that galaxy. You know how many forum friends I had when I was a teenager? Bro, I ate lunch in my stairwell in high school. Literally in a stone stairwell. I used to eat and hear my echoing of my chewing. And I'm not saying that to be like, oh, boohoo me. No, man, I liked being alone, but at the same time, I wasn't really understood. And I'd go home and I found so much clarity and love with Star Wars. So what a lot of people see was, my success right at the start.
Well, I don't think he's saying that to have people feel bad for him. He's telling that so that people understand and know that he does have a love, a genuine love of the franchise, that he's not abusing. I don't want to say like he's abusing, but he's not just using it for money and views. He's not using this franchise to get money and views. He's doing it because it is a genuine love. It is a genuine love of the franchise. Whereas these people are using the franchise for money and views, just so they can get money and views.
Bang, right off the bat was, probably about 20 something years of Star Wars knowledge and what ifs in my head. And now it's turned into this thing where like, I'm this villain, I'm this evil guy, I'm this, this corporate entity. It's like, man, I'm still the same guy that made his channel from 0 subscribers on his cell phone in his 1-bedroom apartment, working day and night to the bone, where he was hallucinating things coming out of the walls and not eating and not sleeping because he was just so happy and so infatuated with making the best product he could for his videos. Action required. The Star Wars fandom refuses to watch another marginalized actor or fan be singled out by prolonged racist harassment from a handful of YouTubers as a result of YouTube's inaction, which has transformed hate into a lucrative career path. So now, this is like Palpatine work. She's trying to essentially say that this whole thing is predicated on racism. So please show us the truth behind that and the evidence and the clips and all this.
What's funny is that like I think in the rewriting Ripley video, I should have actually put that in my video, but I didn't. In the rewriting Ripley video, on the part where Ryan was like, "Show us if you're getting hate comments, racist comments, show us the receipts," and then they show like a whole bunch of comments from Instagram, and then they move really fast through the YouTube comments. All of that, a bunch of those comments are opinions. They're just opinions. Like the acolytes suck. There were a few. I'm not going to say that there weren't any. There were a few racist comments, right? But the bulk of it, the bulk of their receipts are just opinions about the acolyte and how much the show sucked, how they wasted money. That's it. Those were their receipts of the hate that was thrown. Just opinions on the show, not even the actress, but the show.
To essentially say that this whole thing is predicated on racism. So please show us the truth behind that and the evidence and the clips and all this and that. And maybe she has, she's got the resources there, and what is actually in those. Because you could say, oh, someone said this in this here. Well, let's go look at those clips and actually see what it's about. What are they saying? All black people are this, or all black people shouldn't be. Like, or what are they? Is the worst thing that was said is you black bitch? Yeah, that's not cool. It shouldn't be said. Is that the worst thing? Or is there more? I mean, if there's full out racism, man, I wouldn't be friends with them. I'm careful with who I'm friends with. I haven't seen anything like that. Honestly, like, the dude's just shooting himself in the foot, just like making shit worse when, like, you know what? I would love it if every Star Wars YouTuber could just be friends. But these guys have been such fucking assholes to me since the very beginning. Just jealous bitches. Why, man? Because I make money? Fuck. Like, open up a GoFundMe, dude. I'll donate to you so you shut up. What do you want? What's the problem? People aren't watching your stuff, even with all of the free press and extra stuff that Lucasfilm and Disney give you. I mean, maybe that should tell you something. Maybe people just don't like you, and that's a you problem. Take accountability. So many times I've given...
So true. I don't think people just don't like them. I think they've made a reputation for themselves on Twitter and on YouTube, right? Their reputation is so bad that nobody respects them anymore. They've shown their true colors to people in that community that nobody respects them anymore. So they've done it to themselves. They've ruined their own reputation.
Yeah. People the benefit of the doubt. I've befriended so many people, brought them on my channel, given them clout, and they just turn around and stab me in the back once they get what they want. I have receipts to everything. The Star Wars fandom refuses to watch another marginalized actor or fan be singled out by prolonged racist harassment from a handful of YouTubers as a result of YouTube's inaction, which has transformed hate into a lucrative career path. It is concerning to us that targeting marginalized actors on other social media platforms has historically resulted in platform bans, whereas the same...
It's not hate. I hate that they said that, right? They've transformed hate into a lucrative thing. It's not hate. It is criticism. Just because you don't like something, that doesn't equate to hateful racism. That's not it. That's not it at all. It is criticism of the show, criticism of a performance, criticism of an acting choice or of someone who was chosen to play the role in this part, right? It's criticism, and this is a show. You are allowed to criticize a show, especially as a fan. As a fan, you have every right to criticize something, to say what you feel about a project that was put out. Why? Because you are the fucking consumer. That's why. You are the one that's going to consume a product, especially if the company that is making the product wants you to purchase a streaming service in order to watch said product. So you are purchasing a product. You are allowed to criticize that product. If I go and order and purchase a meal and I don't like the meal, and then I know I'm not going to eat here anymore. Or if it is done so poorly, then I'll be like, hey, can you take this back, right? And make it the way. Like if I order a steak and they bring me a burger, do you think I'm going to just sit there and eat the burger and say thank you? No, I'm going to want my fucking steak. Okay? I'm not going to say... be quiet because I got something that I didn't want, that I didn't like. So it's the same thing here. We are the consumers. We are purchasing this streaming platform, and you are providing a service to us. You are providing the entertainment. And as someone who is paying for said entertainment, I am allowed to criticize and say whether I do or do not like this product.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I'm not giving Amazon any clicks. But to watch Rings of Power, you have to have Amazon Prime, basically. I'm a bigger Tolkien fan than I was a Star Wars fan. So when the Rings of Power show was announced, I was like cautiously optimistic because they were going into an era that had not been seen on screen before. And then, well, yeah, we were attacked because we were like, wait a minute. You lied to us about having rights to the Second Age. So what are you going to do? And then we started calling them out on everything that they were going to do leading up to it. And, well, now look what's happening to Rings of Power.
Behavior has made provocateurs millionaires on YouTube. This should be highly concerning to advertisers in platform bans, whereas the same behavior has made provocateurs millionaires on YouTube. This should
Bro, they think that all these guys are millionaires. If they were millionaires, do you think they'd be doing YouTube? What the fuck?
No.
Seriously, if Ryan was a millionaire, do you think he'd be doing YouTube still? I don't think so. What the fuck?
Not
should be highly
YouTube.
concerning
No.
to
I mean, that'd be like
millionaires. Get the fuck
that'd be
out
like
of here.
I would still treat like YouTube like a hobby, even if I was making a lot of money. But like I wouldn't like. But there's no way I'd be like making that much money from YouTube. Like,
That is
that's a
so
hobby. That's a
funny.
hobby.
That is so funny. They're not millionaires.
resulted in platform bans, whereas the same behavior has made provocateurs millionaires on YouTube. This should be highly concerning to advertisers as well.
But I feel like, you know what? I feel like because they're so obsessed with like views and money, okay? They've probably looked at all of this and been like, oh my gosh, look, they got this many views and they get this, and they've probably like added up all of the numbers and they must be millionaires. They must be millionaires. It's like
you don't get that much from ad revenue. Hell, my Rings of Power review that I put out on Thursday, I cannot monetize it because of copyrighted material I have playing in the background. I have like the trailer playing on loop in the background because I didn't have time to get clips from the actual episode. So we detected copyright shit. I'm like, yeah, no, yeah. So I can't monetize it, and even if I could monetize it, it's all dependent on views. And even if you get a lot of views, that only translates to like so many cents per view. Because YouTube's not going to give you a lot of money per view.
I'm getting the hiccups. Why am I getting the hiccups?
The thing that they're not understanding is that these provocateurs who become millionaires isn't because they are making money off of being racist. If that was the case, I'm pretty sure it'd be more than just a few of you guys who couldn't even keep your show alive be chiming in, and YouTube themselves would be questioned by bigger media outlets. The case is that you are taking criticism that people have for a show which starred a person of color and calling that racism. Yeah, look, the black bitch comment, that's not okay. I don't agree with that. That's the one thing I've seen that isn't cool. But besides that, what are the other claims here? Now, you want to talk about me? Well, I know you're lumping me in there too. Listen, Molly, I didn't make my millions by doing This Week in Clickbait and making merch out of it, making fun of others for having legitimate reactions to a character that they hold very close to them, crying. I didn't make my money criticizing these garbage shows. I made my money years before that through making lore content and the type of content that had your husband reaching out, wondering why I'm growing so fucking fast. We understand that YouTube has an...
Well, he's not wrong.
He's not wrong. Your husband reached out to me.
Yeah.
Content that had your husband reaching out, wondering why I'm growing so fucking fast. We understand that YouTube has an important role to play in promoting free speech. However, content uploaded by geeks and gamers, RK Outpost, and Nerdrotic is not opinion or criticism. It is prolonged, targeted harassment against women of color. We urge YouTube to enforce its community guidelines and demonetize these channels immediately and permanently. Thank you. May the force be with you. Boys, honestly, if you don't take them to court, man, I'm seriously wondering, like where are your cojones? This is ridiculous. Take them to court. Sue them. It's so wild we live in a time where, speaking for myself, I can't even speak my mind. Well, I mean, I do.
Honestly, I'd be surprised if I want them. I want them to. I want them to.
I would want them to only because of the discovery portion. Because if those who are part of this campaign are brought to courts, they'd be obligated to show the receipts, to show the supposed proof they have in discovery. I would really want that. Just to see what they have, what they claim.
Yeah, but you know what? It's also like, what do they have, right? Like, why? What do they have like that would benefit you to take them to court? Yes, it would prove a point, right? That you can't do this anymore. Y'all can't do this anymore. Okay, stop trying to come for us. Stop trying to come for our channel. So it would like prove a point. However, I don't think that these people have anything, right? If they do sue them and take them to court. Like, the whole purpose is to like get something out of it. I don't think that these people have anything that like these guys would want.
No, I'm saying it's like, I just like the discovery period would show that pretty much that they don't have anything.
Yeah,
every time you ask for receipts,
it would show like these people's true colors to, yes, absolutely. It would show their true colors. In that could be something that they would want to come out like, hey, look, these people are you think that we're bad, they're worse, right? So yeah, that would come out, but I imagine I imagine something like this would be like settled out of court. So I don't think that anything like that would come out of it because it would be settled out of court. But again, like I don't think that they have anything that like Jeremy, Gary, or Ryan would want. Like the only reason that they would go after them is to like prove a point, to make a statement, you know, and that's pretty much it, because I don't know, they wouldn't really get anything out of it other than to make a statement like you can't be doing this. But I don't know.
Speak my mind, because I don't give a shit what people are going to say, because I think they're actually crazy if you have any sort of problem with someone speaking their mind. But the fact is, like, you can't even say anything anymore without someone labeling you a racist. Hey, why don't you put Tyrone Magnus in there too? He's black and he agrees with everything I say. Why don't you throw Eric July in there? He's black. What the fuck? Hey, do they not get a voice, or is it because they're not a white man and it goes against your narrative? Let's go ahead and read some of the tweeters.
That is 100% true. I should have added that in the video that I made, because I was asking like, how come they're coming after these three men? And like I made all of these reasons, but the real reason is because they're white. Like they're just white. That's it. They're going after them because they're white and they're easy targets. That's the only reason. Because yeah, they would never go after Ripa. They would never go after Tyrone. Never. No way. No freaking way would they ever go after them, because there aren't, like, Tyrone is another YouTube channel that criticized the Acolyte, that made fun of the Acolyte. You know what? So did Moist Critical. So did what is his fucking name? So did Jeremy Johns. Like Jeremy Johns too. He couldn't stand it. He's like, thank God it's fucking over. Who else? Oh my God, Asmund Gold. Dude, the things that Moist Critical was saying about the Acolyte are just made me fucking laugh. It just made me fucking laugh. He's like comparing it to the shit that he wipes off his ass. Like he made me fucking laugh at the shit that he would say about the Acolyte. And he was just like, thank fucking God it is over, right? But they're not going to take them to court. They don't care about them. They care about Ryan, Jeremy, and Gary. For some reason, they are hyper fucking focused on these three guys. They cannot stand them. They cannot fucking stand them. And I think it's because like Tyrone and, you know, all of these guys, like they have an even bigger following. They know that they wouldn't be able to do this to them. Like they would just completely get wrecked by these men, by these people. So they're going to focus on these other guys because they claim to have receipts. That Star Wars girl, they wouldn't go after Anna, at least not right now. Why? Why do you think? I think it's because she's pregnant. I think that's why. They wouldn't go after her right now because it would look bad on them to go after a pregnant woman. I think that's why they won't put him.
Probably the only reason.
Put her in, like, lump her in. I think that's why. I think it's because she's pregnant. They don't want to go after a pregnant girl. But yeah, it's so funny.
Black, what the fuck? Hey, do they not get a voice, or is it because they're not a white man and it goes against your narrative? Let's go ahead.
You know what? No, they don't get a voice. Like they don't get a voice. I think that like it's so funny because you see that with allies, right? You see it with these allies that want to speak for you, want to speak up for minorities, want to speak up for all of these people. You see that with allies. They don't want you to have a voice. They want to be your voice. They want to be louder than you. It's just to prove a point, to show that, oh my gosh, yes, I am an ally. They want to yell it to the heavens. You see that with allies all the time. That's why fucking memes of allies exist, right? Shh, don't talk. I will speak for you. I will speak on your behalf. Shh, don't talk. So no, we don't get a voice. Like I fucking hate the Acolyte. Do you think that they would come after me? No. Because it's all white men. They are free to lump you in to this group of people who do not like the Acolyte, lump all of these people together, label them as white and racist. Like it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you are a woman. It doesn't matter if you are of a minority. Like it doesn't matter. We're gonna lump you in with all of the haters of the Acolyte and label you as a man and a racist, like and white. Like they do refuse to see anything else. They refuse to see anything else because they just want to, you know, speak for you in that aspect. Like it's crazy.
Yeah. There was a video that's like that. This video is actually years old because it basically came out around the time the voter ID laws were basically like, you know, like a hot button issue in politics. When those were like, you know, coming out and saying that you have to show your voter, like your ID to be able to vote. And this guy went around.
I saw that video, yeah.
Yeah, and that's like a bunch of white people who were against voter ID laws, the reason why they were against like the voter ID laws. And the reasons that these people gave, I was like, are you kidding me? Like, you know, black people don't know how to find the DMV. Black
But
people
it's
don't know
so
how
funny
to do this.
because
Like,
all that shit is stuff that they're fed. It's
Yeah.
all things that they're fed, and it's hilarious. Oh my gosh, there's another one. There's another one about this lady who was talking about like computers in school. Like, oh, for the first time, they're going to be able to use and be able to know what a computer is, and it's this guy. It is this black man because he's reacting to what this white woman is saying. And she's like, for the first time, they're gonna know and know exactly what a computer is, and they're gonna be able to use it. And he's pretending, right? He's pretending to be a monkey around a computer
I've seen
and
that.
like touch it. Have you seen that?
I've seen that. Like,
that's how they view them, right? Like he's making fun of it. He's making fun of what she's saying, but he's kind of like translating it like this is how they view us. This is how they think that we are. And it's the same type of thing with that other video that you were mentioning. Like, oh,
because he interviewed black people, and he's like, do you know where the DMV is? Like, yeah, like they gave the exact street address. Like, you have ID, and they pulled out their ID, like to show like, we have ID. We're able to do this.
Yeah.
And if they can't get there by a car, they know how to take the bus. They get to where they need to go.
It's so stupid, but they're not going to acknowledge those YouTubers of the minority YouTubers that didn't like the Acolyte, because if they were to acknowledge it, honestly, like it would just completely throw their narrative like right out the window, because we've been saying everything that Ryan, Jeremy, and Gary are saying about the Acolyte. We're saying the exact same thing, but they don't want to hear it.
No.
I know, Trey.
And read some of the tweeter comments. Hey, Team YouTube, this is a coordinated and targeted harassment campaign from a group of creators simply because they do not like the opinions of Nerdotics, Geeks Gamers, Kendall, Ryan, DJ, Cobra. The post you are responding to is full of fabricated lies and quotes purposefully. Again, I'm saying, like, boys, I don't know why you're not taking them to freaking court. You have to be a special kind of loser to advocate for the demonetization and or deplatforming of a content creator because they express that they did not like the same show you did. Acolyte fans, please disown these self-important clowns having a tantrum. Yeah, this one too. I see this one passed around. You think it's cool to hate things. It's not. It's boring. So talk about what you love and keep quiet about what you don't. It's fucking fascism, bro. Just don't have an opinion. Just consume, repeat, and that's it. This is wrong with who's posting these complaints and who follows their accounts. Yeah, Star Wars follows them. Doesn't take much to figure out that there's not much love in a galaxy far, far away. So here's why the Acolyte failed. The bottom of the barrel. It sucked. No one watched it. So a company that wants to be profitable says, we're not going to dump another $180 million into this and not make our money back when we could be making better things. Hear this. I've been reporting these channels since 2018. That's wild, bro. You got a lot of time on your hands.
I know. Holy shit. This dude has me blocked. But yeah, that's all he does is report these channels. I guarantee you he's subscribed, got notifications on, and reports every single video. What a life.
Reported thumbnails. I've reported blatant breaches in the terms of service. I've written emails. I've spoken about it on social media. I've made videos. I've done everything in my power to remove this big tree. Have you? Bro, it's hilarious. They just keep like saying the same slanderous bullshit. And YouTube just keeps giving this, this NPC response, copy-paste response. We understand this may be frustrating. It's like, here's a lawyer right here. Targets, Nerdotics, Geeks, Gamers.com, and Ryan Kinnell have very good defamation claims against Molly Damon and others. I hear they have good lawyers as friends.
Yeah, dude. I retweeted Barnes. I was like, hell yeah, let's go.
This dude, freaking, apparently he's their friend, and he can act on their behalf and represent them. Guys, look, I don't know if you guys have watched this shit or not, but like, this is just one too much. You know, saying like, oh no, you're this and that, okay, whatever. But now, like, actually trying to take away your ability to feed yourselves and your families based on their lies. That's war. What is that? That's today's version of war. I guess Star Wars Explained couldn't handle that smoke I sent their way regarding that BS blackface cancel campaign of YouTubers who dare criticize the Acolyte. Molly Damon lied. She absolutely fights what she hates, and she hates YouTubers who don't love Disney Star Wars. No, I would.
I love her. Oh, hold on.
Dare criticize the Acolyte. Molly Damon lied. She absolutely.
I'm a big supporter of not fighting what you hate, but saving what you love. It looks like she's fighting what she hates right now.
Yeah.
Because she's like not fighting what you hate. Well, she's putting her gloves in the ring right now. What are you talking about?
This was the line is so retarded. You save what you love by actually fighting what you hate. I'm like, that is
0.5. No.
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 What she hates, and she hates YouTubers who don't love Disney Star Wars. No, I wouldn't say that. I would say she hates YouTubers who make more money than her and Alex. That's literally all it comes down to at the end of the day. Is just about money with these people, and it's tiring, dude. And those are like the main comments that I see on YouTube, on Twitter, X, and stuff. It's just like, it's ridiculous because it's like, oh, he's making this video because he wrote the money, and they put like the money symbol, the money bag or whatever. Guys, like, my motivation for making videos is to connect with my audience and to speak my mind. It's not to make a few $100s from one video, Canadian, from one video or another. That's not the point. That's not going to change my life or my family's life or anybody. Like, that's not. It's just wild. And even if money was the point of all of this, none of your fucking business, Molly. It doesn't matter. Monetary value has destroyed so many people through jealousy, and they just want at the end of the day to have the voice that I have in the fandom And they can do that so simply by just being authentic and genuine. I don't think they are. I think they placate.
They're
I think
they're not authentic and genuine. Not at all. They're not authentic and genuine. Audience can see right through that. The fact that they're not authentic and genuine. If they were authentic and genuine, then they would legitimately have like a really good following, like Ryan, Jeremy, Star Wars Explained, and Gary. Like they would have a following like that. They wouldn't have followers who would drop them as soon as like they said something that they didn't like. Right? They wouldn't have that type of a following. They have that following because they're not genuine at all. They just go with like the new thing, the new hotness, and they're positive about it. And that's pretty much like what their following supports. They support the new hotness, the new thing, right?
I'll be right back. I throw my dog out and like bring her in here. So
all right.
that so simply by just being authentic and genuine. I don't think they are. I think they placate. I think they act like they're so inclusive. But as soon as you say something that they don't like or agree with, they're going to try and strip you and rip you of everything that you hold near and dear, everything that you've worked so hard for. What's the saying?
Well, that's like liberals in general, right? Like as soon as you step one toe out of line, you're out. See you later. Bye. They kick you out right away. The party of inclusivity is the quickest party to kick you out and bash you and try to, take away your way of life. Like that is like their way of doing things. They don't want another opinion. They don't want any discourse. They don't want a conversation. They don't want anything like that. They just want their way, and that's it. They just want their opinion, and that's it. They don't want anything else. And what's sad is that like Star Wars and nerddom in general, right? Like it is a place where we can always like talk and debate and have conversations and talk about like who's your favorite? Why? What do you think of this? What do you think of that? It's always been a place of just like coming together and having a lot of conversations, having fights, having arguments. Like it's just a place where you can like come together and talk, and debate on what Star Wars movie is the best, what character is the best. It's just a place to do that. They don't want that. They don't want to have those conversations, and it's just sad.
If you can't join them, get rid of them or something like that. Or if you can't beat them, kill them. No, man, there's no beat. I don't remember you guys ever joining my charity stream to raise over, was it $70,000 for St. Jude's in one stream? You know who did join that stream? Nerdrotic, Geeks and Gamers, Ryan. Where were the other Star Wars YouTubers? You guys didn't give a shit. I literally put out a tweet saying that anybody can join. I want this for the good of the kids. Y'all didn't join. Eckhart, freaking Star Wars Explained. Nobody. The only ones that joined were those guys. Did you go ahead and do a charity of your own for kids? No. You just sit around, bitch, and whine about, oh, Star Wars Theory is doing this, he's doing that. Oh, this week in clickbait, we're going to make merch out of it. We're going to sell merch. You know that there are people in your Patreon that literally pay just to feed me information of the shit that you say about me? The amount of eyes that I have.
Oh my God. Dude, this man. Come on, Theory. It's bad enough that you make money. You don't have to tell them that there's people that pay you so they can show you screenshots of the shit they say, dude. That's just rubbing salt. That's just rubbing salt on a wound. You're rubbing salt on a wound right there. Damn. Oh my God.
People in your Patreon that literally pay just to feed me information of the shit that you say about me. The amount of eyes that I have everywhere in groups that you think are private, with people you think that you know. I see, I watch, and I ain't going to leak anything, man. All I need to know is who I associate myself with, who I trust when they come to me. I want to be friends and this and that. All this is like fake shit. It's all politics at this point. I was a very wide-eyed kid at the start of this whole YouTube thing, and I'm like, oh man, everyone's so like great. Like, let's all be friends. And I started to realize very fast that people are very jealous, very spiteful, and very angry if you do better than them. People want to see you do great. They want to see you do well. They never want to see you do better than them. Anyways.
See, that's what's so great about like about the fellowship, right? We all support each other. There's no competition here. If anything, you just get other people will take credit for your success, like hilarious, right? It's jokingly will take credit, like, oh my gosh, Drunk 3PO just reached $100,000. Someone send me a super chat because I want to be the first super chat of, right? Like it's all in good fun. But we love seeing each other succeed, and we love supporting each other, and we love seeing, one another grow. There's no competition there. It's just, yay, let's celebrate this person. Let's celebrate this person. Everybody's doing so well. And there's genuine camaraderie, I feel like. Whereas with them, There's nothing but envy and jealousy, and that's just so fucking sad. That is just so fucking sad. Yeah, Jay did. Jay made all of us. Yes, absolutely.
To the boys, I highly recommend taking them to court. At the end of the day, do what you want. This was a video finally addressing all of this bullshit and my experience over the last 8 years, and I feel lighter. I feel great. I feel good about it. So that was my experience. Hope you guys have a great day. And remember,
I'm glad he made the video. I'm glad he made the video and just, exposed these people and, showed their true colors. I'm wondering if they're going to make a response video to this, because it would be very interesting to see how they spin this in their favor. It'd be very interesting to see that, because I don't think that they have a lot of people on their side, honestly. In all honesty, I don't think that they do. I think that they've ruined their reputation with a lot of people in the community. And there's no trust there. Absolutely. None. There's no trust there at all. It would be interesting to see if they come out with a reaction, especially after they launched this whole thing, after they launched this campaign, and after Molly didn't want to take credit for it. She didn't want to be the fucking face of this, right? Someone was like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad that, Molly, thank you so much for like launching this, and it's so great. And she's like, I didn't do it. I didn't do it. It wasn't me. Someone else tweeted it before I did. I don't want to take credit for it. I don't know where credit's due, but it wasn't me. It wasn't. Don't give me credit. I would love to see that. Like, let's see a response video from them. I agree. I don't think that they will do it. I think that they will ignore it. Or they'll just be like, oh my gosh. Did you hear it? See, this is why we keep telling you Star Wars Theory is toxic. He is a toxic man. See, do you see that? What he said about us? Yeah, they'll probably spin it in that way. I told you everything we said about these people are true. Because he just put out a whole video about us. Mara has been gone for a really fucking long time. Where the hell is she? Oh, man. All right, let's get something here. Tazrin! 6 months already? Man. Does time fly? Evening, Steph and Mara. What's up, Tazrin? How you doing? Hope you're well. Thank you, Justin Martins, for becoming a member. Alberta Not a Retro. I read that one. Thank you so much. Alberta Not a Retro for 2. Nobody's made more money off typos than DJ Cobra. Oh, I know. For sure. Josie Pureblood gifted a membership. Thank you.
She had to find the perfect place to take a shit.
Oh, well, okay. Alberta Not Retro for 5. I have mixed feelings about Amandla because of the reaction to Rue's death in Hunger Games, about the way people claimed it didn't matter because she's black. Now, see, it's so funny because like I'm a big fan of the Hunger Games and I liked the movie. I guess I was too young to see like what the conversations around the Hunger Games was. I think like someone told me about oh man, what was it? So it was a reply to one of my tweets. They said that like Amandla hasn't forgotten about what people said to her during the Hunger Games or something like that. And I was like, what are you talking about? Like, I know she played Rue, but I had no idea what they were talking about. So I had to Google it. And, that's when I found out all of that stuff. But like at the same time, I'm like, how come people are upset about that? Like Rue was supposed to be dark skinned. So it doesn't make any sense. I don't know. I don't understand that. But like, so I guess I wasn't aware of any of that happened. But yeah, I was just like, well, that doesn't make any sense. But at the same time, people, especially book readers, avid book readers who are very passionate about like this stories, it's never going to translate from book to film the way that you want it to, right? I mean, look at the Twilight films. People hated Robert Pattinson being casted as Edward. There was a lot of backlash to that. Like people didn't want him casted as Edward because like that's not how they viewed Edward in their mind when they were reading the books. So there's always going to be a lot of talk and conversation and a lot of hate being thrown when they make casting announcements. It's the same thing with like Blake Lively's new movie. People didn't like that Blake Lively was cast as, I guess, like the lead star in It Ends With Us, and they didn't like the way she was dressed in the movie because that's not how the girl dressed in the book, and that's not how she looked in the book. Blake Lively is too old to be playing this role. So it's very like when you're taking a very popular book and translating it to film, I think that a lot of people are going to give their takes on who they think should be cast and who they don't think should be cast. Alberta Retro for 5. She doesn't get that people didn't hate her; they just hated the acolyte. She may have gotten hate from racist trolls who aren't really Star Wars fans. Yeah, like there's going to be people out there that are going to say some heinous shit. Like I see it on Instagram. They literally have Instagram accounts that are dedicated to troll comments. There are literally Instagram accounts that are dedicated to like troll comments on that reply back to reels. So yeah, there are a bunch of people out there, but I don't think that you should be holding these men accountable for things that people say on the internet. It's the internet. You can't police it, right? People are going to do what people were going to do. You can't hold YouTubers accountable for that. I think that like even Moist Critical, it complains about, he's told his following, people that topics and discussions and people and franchises and all that stuff, every single time, like he hates it when like he'll make a video and then he sees people going after whoever he made the video about, right? He hates it, and he said it multiple times, like do not go after it. Do not go after these people. I've told you guys over and over and over about it. Do not go after these people. Don't go and send them hate. Don't go and send them hate. I find it very cringe. I don't like it when you do that. Like he's told his audience multiple times, but he can't control his fucking audience. They're going to do what they're going to do. And because he's just like giving his opinion on whatever topic that he's talking about with the topic of the day or the viral clip of the day or whatever, right? People are going to do what they're going to do, and he can't control it. As much as he wants to try to control it, he can't. He can't. The most that he can say is like, don't go and send them hate. But that's it. Other than that, like there's nothing more that he can do because people are going to do what they want to do, right? You can't control what people are going to do on the internet. They're going to do what they want to do, and you can't hold these people accountable for it. Mark of Reality for $2. Are you the same Mara Jade that I always see on X?
Chances are yes.
Probably.
Chances are very much
vocal on X.
Yes, I can be. That's an understatement. However, I was blocked by Molly Damon, and I said something actually relatively tame on my part. All I did was quote tweet her and said, someone has their panties in a twist. That's all I fucking said. Because I quote tweeted her. And I'm like, holy shit, that like little diatribe she has. And she blocked me right after that.
Yeah.
So, but
hey, don't forget joking with the slapperazzi. Okay. I will not forget. Mr. Bentham for 2. It all started with Twilight. Shippers ruin fandoms. Hey, I like Twilight. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
I've learned to like and enjoy the cringe. I that's it. My best friend got me into Twilight. I wasn't into it, and she like really. This isn't Mara, by the way. Not Mara.
No. Fuck no. Nope. Nope. Nope.
My best friend like was obsessed with it. She was obsessed with the books, and then like the first movie came out, and she was obsessed with it, and she kept telling me to watch it, and I'm like, I don't want to watch it. I don't want to watch Twilight. Like, leave me alone. Stop it. I don't want to watch it. And so she made me go with her to watch the second movie. And I went, and I'm pretty sure it was the second movie that like ends on a cliffhanger. And I was like, well, what happens? And she's like, I'm not going to tell you. I was like, what do you mean you're not going to tell me? Just tell me what happens. Because the books were already out. And she's like, I'm not going to tell you. You have to read the books. And I was like, God dang it. So she gave me like her copies of the books. And I read them in the weirdest way, right? Because I had already seen the second movie. So I read the third book first. I went back, actually. I went back and watched the first movie, and I couldn't get through it. I was like, oh my gosh, this is such a slog to get through. I kept like pressing pause and doing other things. And then like I went with her to see the second movie, and then I read the books out of order. I read like 3, 4, and then 1 and 2. Because I was just like, I just want to know what happens next. But yeah, and I've grown to like them just for the fact that it's so cringe. It's kind of like how I like Batman and Robin. Like I'll put it on in the background just because it's like so cringe, and I like the background noise.
That is cringe. I will watch because it's like so bad it's good sometimes. And what was I gonna say? Oh, that I've been watching Rings of Power, and the shippers are back shipping Hellbrand, aka
of course
Sauron,
they are.
and Galadriel. They're back shipping those two, and I'm like,
Give me Buffy killing the Twilight world. You know what I love more than Twilight though? True Blood. I love True Blood more than Twilight, and they completely fumbled it at the end. They fumbled True Blood, but I love True Blood more than Twilight. I tried to get my best friend into True Blood, and she's like, I don't want to watch it. Like, okay, fine, whatever. Get out of here. You made me watch Twilight. How dare you not watch True Blood? Market reality for 5. All these folks were bent out of shape over the Acolyte being canceled, or the same people who did not watch it. Why should I have to watch it? Yeah, the fact that they're like putting tweets out there that say get Disney Plus and watch the Acolyte just on repeat, just watch it over and over. That way, like Disney will see that it's getting views. Like, get the fuck out of here! You're so stupid.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Gotta go check that article. I'll listen at work. Awesome. Thank you for hanging out. Alberta, not retro. Jaluk became a new member. Thank you. Elsie gifted 5 memberships. Thank you so much. What do I have? I haven't been playing clips. Here, I'll play a bunch in a row. I'm sorry. I haven't been playing clips for you guys. I know Mara liked that one. I know she liked that one.
Yeah.
Oh. Boom!
When Deadpool and Wolverine, when it comes to streaming and like we can like get clips.
I can't wait to get clips.
Yeah, like you need to add the one that made me nerdgasm at the end.
Oh, I will.
Yeah.
I totally will. Yeah. It made everybody nerdgasm, men and women.
Yep.
Mr. Bentham for 2. They have killed all of our hobbies for sure. They have 100%. Zero fall for $5. I'm secretly a raccoon eating sushi. Super chats explained. Stunning and brave Megatron is the best character. Yeah.
I'm like that picture in my head of raccoon eating sushi
with its little tiny hands. Peter, hello. I hope you're doing well. Great show so far. Thank you, ladies. Thank you. 0 for 2. Yep. Hi, Mara. Hi, Steph. Running out of letters. Can't complete super chat. So I finished it with this one. Haha. I need Yoda's laugh because that was the funniest part in this whole video. Where he's like, hee hee. Oh my god!
It was like 1.5x speed, so it was like faster. So I was like,
I know, it was even better. It was so better. Thank you guys so much for all of the support. I appreciate it. Hell yeah! Let's do some Star Wars ones. Ooh, I love Revenge of the Sith. Love it. That's Molly after she put out her tweet. She's like,
yeah,
we're gonna get them canceled.
Although I can't watch that scene. I think I sent you were the one I sent this reel to where it's Marv from Home Alone. And it's like that scene from Revenge of the Sith, and they combine Marv from Home Alone in that scene. It's like, Harry, I've reached the top. And like when Palpatine shoots the Force lightning, it's like when Marv gets electrocuted.
Oh my gosh. Mara sent me like 12 clips the other day. I was like, God damn it, bitch, stop it.
I was making up for
like 12 in a row. What are you doing?
I couldn't sleep.
I finally like open up my phone. I'm like, what the hell is this? Oh my god, there's so many. I know she does it on purpose because I send her like I'll send her like 10 in a row just to piss her off. Just to mess with her. Like some of them I won't even watch. I'm just like,
that's like
Stunning and brave Megatron. I wear this symbol because it means I'm a Decepticon. I am the Decepticon.
Hail Megatron.
And then Zero gifted a membership. Thank you guys so much. Yeah, I honestly I would love to see them taken to court. Like just get their asses handed to them because this was the probably this was worse than like the very first like rewriting Ripley thing that they put out like 3 years ago when they did that whole thing, when they did that initial video that makes it look like Ryan was radicalized. Like that was the most insane video I've ever seen. Like that was fucking crazy. But this is worse. Like this is not just rewriting Ripley putting out a video. This is multiple people joining together to try and demonetize them. This is multiple accounts, multiple Star Wars accounts, like just all coming together. This was like secretly fucking plotted. This is fucking crazy what they did. So I would love for their asses to be handed to them, and I think that they're already just taking a huge fucking L. I would love to see them taken to court. Like fuck these guys and what they're doing. Fuck them for, you know, trying to like make it seem like we're taking the high ground, we're doing the right thing. Fuck you. You're not. Like taking away someone's livelihood is never the right thing to do. No matter how you look at it, no matter how you fucking look at it, it is never the right thing to do. And for you to think so, like that just tells me what kind of person you are. And to actually like have their followers and encourage their followers and then like reply back to their followers saying like, thank you so much. Oh my gosh, this is so great, because their followers are fucking celebrating this, right? Oh my gosh, we're finally going to take these people down. And for them to comment back and be like, ha ha ha, look at these guys. Ha ha, all of their followers are upset. We're doing the right thing. Yeah. What kind of person does that? What kind of person celebrates the attempted like demonetization campaign? What kind of person celebrates that and laughs at that while it's happening?
Crazy people. Like
that's terrible. It really does speak as to how these people, who these people are as people, right? It speaks volumes about their character. It speaks volumes about who they are as people, as a person.
Because they see themselves on the right side of history. They don't see, like, they see what they're doing as like just, basically, like they are standing up like against these big bad straight white males who targeted quote unquote Amanda Stenberg, like we're like championing this. They like see themselves as like, you know, social justice warriors. In that term, it's not bad. Like where the term originated wasn't bad, basically, because you were standing up for like actual social justice. That was like, you know, that you saw, at least, you know, in terms of like, you know, society, like, you know, being perpetrated. So you were standing up for those causes, and then it morphed into political correctness and identity politics and just the indoctrination at even college levels. So now it's like they can't think for themselves.
No,
they can only parrot what they're told to think, not how to think. So they see themselves on the right side of history, whereas they do not see themselves as defaming.
They've completely
taking away livelihoods.
They've completely taken thinking out of it. They don't think anymore, right? They're just a part of one huge hive mind. They don't have opinions of their own. They don't have thoughts of their own. There's no cognitive thinking at all. Because I can think one way about a movie that someone doesn't like and that I like, and we can have a conversation about it, why it's good and why it's bad. And we can have those types of conversations. They can't have those types of conversations. There are things that I like that I know that other people like, and they're allowed to not like it. And I completely understand that. They don't have that way of thinking.
Hell, within even my own family, there's stuff I like that my siblings don't like, and there's stuff that they like I don't like. Okay, I know you enjoyed the Batman. I did not like the Batman. My brothers liked the Batman. I didn't like the Batman, and like it's within my own family, and yet we still love each other. We're just like, you know, like, it's like we haven't, like, you know, like, disowned anyone over an opinion about a stupid fucking film. But it's like I said, like, you know, basically the history of actual social justice warrior, like that mentality, originated from a place of good. It started from a place of good, but it's morphed into they've become the villains they claim
they've
to be
become the
fighting.
thing that they're completely fighting against. 100%. Yeah, they become the thing that they hate the most. But you know what? Honestly, like they have such a superiority complex, and it has shown It is shown like to everybody. They've completely all of these people. They've with what tiny itty bitty reputation that they have, they've ruined it. They've completely ruined their reputation. This is going to follow them for a very long time. They've completely ruined their reputation, and they deserve it. Honestly, they 100% deserve it, because if you're going to stand there on, if you're going to sit there thinking like, oh my gosh, haha, look at these guys deserve it. These guys deserve it. Get the fuck out of here. Nobody deserves that. Nobody fucking deserves that. And for you to be cheering your subscribers on, cheering your following on, saying, yes, we're doing the right thing. Keep it up. Keep at it. Haha, look at all of these people. Look at their following in my comments. That shows that like, you guys are doing the right thing. Celebrating that they're getting a lot of followers based on, this campaign that they're putting out, right? I've gotten a whole lot of followers in the past 24 hours. Welcome to my Twitter account. You're going to be seeing a lot of Star Wars posts here. Like, they're celebrating the fact that, they are gaining while these men or they think that these men are losing, right? When they're not. Let's be real, they're not. A lot of people are going to throw support at the people that they're trying to take down than the people that are attempting to do the takedown, right? Because it just shows like I said, it shows what kind of people they are. It shows what kind of people they are. If they're celebrating the fact that they're attempting to take away these men's livelihoods and they're not going to be able to make any money anymore for their families, get the fuck out of here. Nobody should be celebrating that. I don't care how much you hate a fucking TV show. Nobody should be celebrating that. That is fucking ridiculous.
What I do is like what they always tell us to do. Just don't watch it. If there's a TV show I don't want to watch or I don't like, I don't watch it. If there's a movie that comes out that I don't like or I don't like, it's like I'm not interested in seeing, I just don't watch it. And then I'll say, I did not see it. Therefore, I don't have an opinion on it because I cannot objectively state whether or not the movie itself or TV show itself or whatever itself is good. And I'll say that. I just don't watch it. I just don't listen to it. If there's a YouTuber that I don't like, I just don't watch their videos. I don't give them clicks. It's literally that simple. It's what they tell us to do. They tell us to go touch grass. Meanwhile, have they seen the sun? I very much doubt it.
Zero fall for $5. Selling a DeLorean. It's in good condition. Only been driven from time to time. Last super chat. Have a good night. I have to work tomorrow. It's good to see you, Zero. I haven't seen you in a minute. It's good to see you still around. Hi. Oh shit. What's up, Chris Gore? These people are horrible. Yeah. They're scum. They're scum of the earth. All right. We're going to end it here. I think we've been going for a little bit longer than we normally do. But yeah, go check out Star Wars Theory's video. Give him a like, give him a sub. Go support him. Go support everybody. And Beetlejuice was really bad. That's all I have to say. Mara, what do you have coming up?
I'll echo that. As much as it pains me, I'm like, don't bother seeing Beetlejuice. Like, wait for it to come to stream if you like want to watch it. If you want to see it in theaters, that's your money. Go ahead and go see it. I'm just saying it's not, in my opinion, it's not worth it. But you do you. Wait for streaming. But anyway, what I have coming up is basically just mostly just streams. I dual stream on Kick and Twitch the days out of the week. I just finished the first BioShock game, BioShock Remastered. I'm going to start the second one. I'm going to be rotating in more horror-based games like Alien Isolation, getting back into playing that, Resident Evil 7, replaying that, and other like games I haven't played before, possibly some co-op games like Pacify. Especially now we're into September going into October season, so like look for that if you follow me on Kick and Twitch. My Kick is Jade Shadow. My Twitch is Jade_Fire. YouTube this week, I have a stream that I do with Steve Kenobi, our personal top 10 list of 1991 films, I believe. So it's our personal list. Doesn't mean the films themselves are good. It's just movies we enjoy. And then Thursday's a 50-50 on whether or not I stream, because that's going to depend on when I finish episode 5 of Rings of Power, my special copy. Because here, I'll show you, Steph. I take notes while I'm watching.
Take notes and keep making your videos.
I take notes while I watch this. It depends on when I get my special copy. It depends on when I'm able to watch it. It depends on when I finish watching it. So Thursday's up in the air. Actually, no, I can't stream Thursday or Friday because this week I have to get up early the next day. So it's basically just Rings of Power content. Look for. Basically, I'll be putting out a spoiler review sometime on Friday. of the Rings of Power episode 5 episode, and then doing a spoiler live stream breakdown of the entire episode Saturday, probably about the same time. Maybe in the evenings instead of like early evening, maybe later on in the evening rather than streaming on Kick or Twitch this Saturday. But yeah, no, this is actually non-cursive. It just looks like cursive. That's how my handwriting. See, it's kind of like a combination of print and cursive.
I bet she can write in cursive though.
Actually, yeah, still can't write in cursive, but that's my week coming up.
Cool.
So
as for me, I have one video coming out sometime this week. I'm not sure whenever I get the time to edit it, but I have a video coming out on my channel. Thank you guys so much for subscribing and watching my last video. It actually did pretty well, so I appreciate that. I'm actually making content now, and then you can find me over on Kick and Twitch. I'll be streaming Squirrel with a Gun sometimes this week as well. So yeah, I will probably be heading over to Chrissy Mayer's channel for Simpcast. So you can go ahead and head over there if you would like. And I'm probably gonna jump in that stream for a little while. So yeah.
I'm going to bed.
Mara's going to sleep. I'm gonna continue streaming.
My dog's already passed out.
Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. We will see you later on Mara's channel next week.
Yes, my channel next week, and I'll remind her. Don't worry, I'll remind her.
Yeah, she'll remind me. Bye, guys. Really quickly, if you guys like X-Files content, subscribe to JB Spooky Review. Okay, bye.